welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
Problematic.
Out of my left earbud.
Getting off to a banging start here.
Joining me, as always,
Step ends.
Dollar Bill Dave.
I touched myself.
I just need to clip that. Just Dave leaning for I touched myself.
And Timmy C.
Goo, goo, goo.
Dave's is awesome, and he got a new hat, and it's hilarious. Are you drunk, yes or no? And it's marked on the right-hand side for both.
Time limit draws get my panties wet. I love it.
We've covered this butt wipe on a few different occasions.
Butt wipe?
You don't call people butt wipe anymore?
No. I'm not 7. Good news is I've limited the producer's amount to screw us over this, so we're actually going to get to sing along with the songs now. You are welcome.
You gotta fight for your right to party! Hello, and welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
Step ends.
Joining me, as always,
Dollar Bill Day. No, what?
nope.
No. Okay.
Timmy C's here, though. 2/3 of us are here. As everyone knows, we've been plugging the shit out of this for the last couple of days. We're going to watch Starrcade 88, and since it is 2 hours and 52 seconds long, or minutes long, why don't
It'd
you
be
say
better if it were 2 hours and 52 seconds.
I would love it. Why don't you say we get that started first before we do the rest of it? It's our new Christmas tradition. It's the day after, anyway. Watch along this year, Starrcade 88. Why Starrcade 88? It's the first Starrcade not on Thanksgiving. We'll get into that here later on as the show rolls on. But Timmy,
Yes, sir.
why don't you count us down? By the way, you should be at 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. If you came to this and didn't already have it pulled up on Peacock, I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you count us down and get this show rolling?
3, 2, 1, play.
Here we go. Starrcade 1988. Also, don't forget to mute your audio. We're going to have a lot to talk about here on this show. I'm excited to do this. It's kind of a different thing for us. I've got no stories that missed the cut, because if you listen to this show, which you do, of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Well, if you're watching this and you don't listen to the show, head on over and listen to it.
Go subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcast. But 2 weeks ago, we just did 88. We did, what show was that? Primetime Wrestling, 88.
Yeah. Made music a lot harder.
So we're not doing stories that missed the cut. We're going to do 3 more stories in the wheelhouse. They were mentioned in the previous show. Now we're going to go into detail. We have so many wrestling things to talk about here in this time in the winter of 88. The times are changing. See Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors here, how they got their angle started.
Because Dusty wouldn't wear tights. That's why.
I
don't wear jeans, baby.
And you didn't paint your face, you dick. Way to be part of the team.
Go to the gym.
Or go to the gym.
That angle. His belly looks like mine.
And throughout the show here, this is the old spike in the eye. I'm in the process of pulling up the new Dave Meltzer's newsletter.
Gross.
From 88, so we can get star ratings. Plus, I'm going to read, the happenings and the times of what's going on.
What's the haps?
What's the haps? We're at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. The Scorp. I have been to this building.
Why?
I was there when I was at Langley.
She's hot.
I was there in 06. Yes, I was there in 06 at the Scope to watch Lewis Black, the stand-up comedian. And he was hilarious.
Did he put a torture rack on anyone?
He's in his 80s now. He was already pretty old then.
Man, he is old. I can't believe he's that old.
Lewis Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's every bit of 80. I think his mother just passed away. She was like 104.
Tony Schiavone with 104 chins here.
But you know what's on top of all those chins? One handsome ass mustache.
I don't get down with the body hair, man.
We got Magnum TA matching mustache across the way with a red tuxedo tie. This is, of course, after Magnum TA's infamous accident. The NWA, to their credit, still trying to do something with TA, and the story, what could have been with Magnum, is truly heartbreaking. I don't think people realize, he was Magnum TA was going to be the Southern Hulk Hogan. He was well on the way. Now, would he have had the impact Hogan had? It's impossible to say.
Maybe in Impact.
Yeah, he definitely would have had an impact. You got to remember too. Speaking of impact,
Jesus!
Flair's running out of guys to face here in '88. Thus, Nikita Koloff and rugged Ronnie Garvin popped up. How's Christmas at the Dave house where the Bengals blow goats?
I might sleep outside tonight. Probably quieter.
You know what's really weird is that his audio is better on his iPhone than when we try to record the podcast.
So Dave, we're sitting here kind of just chatting here. We've already got Starrcade rolling. We're kind of just talking about the wrestling landscape in '88, where we just saw Magnum TA. There's Jim Ross. And you know what? With the impact the accident TA had, why this show was on Christmas and not Thanksgiving, was per the usual. Just stuff like that.
Little girl eating her finger in the background.
I think Dave went into his closet and lost the signal.
It's a damn fine hat we're looking at there.
Not there. There he is.
Oh, Dave showing us how rich he is.
Yeah, look at my walk-in.
Look at my closet. It's its own room.
It is pretty nice. I don't get much room in it though. It's all janty.
I couldn't fill that closet with my entire extended family.
No. By the way, we got combatants out for the first match. We got Kevin Sullivan and Dr. Death Steve Williams. I wonder, this must be the varsity squad.
Getting close to it. Where's Mike Rotunda?
And I don't see Rick Steiner either. Rick Steiner is on this card. I did see him on the card. It'll be here later. Actually, you know what? This might be after the varsity squad. I'm not up in my varsity squad history. December '88 going into '89. They might have been done already.
I'm back.
There, he's back. I mean,
had to send Sean Jones the link.
Oh, where is our Pontiac Fieros? The fabulous ones are here.
Gross.
Hugging their third grade teacher, old Mrs. Lyon. I don't know what her name is. I can't think of a name off the top of my head. Who are
Bethesda?
Who are all?
Bethesda.
Uh-oh. Well, what is this? Efren from the game event. He's chiming in. Can we require the guy in the upper right to wear sleeves so we don't see that split that is his arm? Yeah, bad grammar there towards the end, but we got the picture. And Gary Michael Capetta is your announcer. Timmy Long.
I'm not gonna make everyone watch Dave's closet.
I mean, I'm kind of enjoying the. We're already getting comments on Twitter about the closet from old Sean Jones. Commenting on Dave's closet. Oh yeah, Sean, we see you.
He said he's sorry, Mama.
That's my dude. I love that guy.
Make you cry.
Sean Jones is one of our favorites here. Got to see him at Starrcast. Was he at Starrcast? Yeah, he was at Starrcast this past year. Talking mad shit like only he does. Always good to see Sean. All right, I have the match ratings.
Gross.
For all of these all these matches. And I will tell you the lowest rated match is 1.5 stars.
I think the character he's going to sacrifice is Dave, by the way.
So the lowest rated match is 5 stars better than Hogan Andre.
Yes. And it's the next one.
Which is?
The new Midnight Express against the old Midnight Express. I'm kind of surprised I only got 1.5 stars. That's Heyman and Cornette.
Who's the old?
That was Randy Rose and Norvell Austin.
Everybody be quiet for a second.
Are you pooping? Nobody is peeing. What a douche.
What a dickhead.
You know what? While we have Efren here on the line, I still think my favorite moment in the history of this show was at Starrcade when Efren farted directly into a microphone.
Why are we so gross? What the hell's wrong with us?
We are gross. We're animals here on this show. So I have the star ratings here. I will give you this star rating after this this match. It's 15 minutes and 50 seconds. It is for the
This
US
match?
This match is for the US tag titles.
Are you done, Dave? No.
Do you wash your hands?
You just flushed.
So with all that being said,
Oh, this is fabulous.
Oh,
Keep
good.
doing that.
we're in Dave's
Yeah.
soap dish.
Dave needs to figure out what the fuck he's doing.
Let me go ahead and pull up the show notes I wrote for today. Timmy said we wanted to be surprised for him, but then I told him the stories because I'm a douche like that. So here we go. Here are the notes for today. Timmy, you want to give me some well, they get a live look in on how long it takes for you to start playing the music. And then how long I have to wait.
Considering I wasn't ready for it. Okay.
Now you know how I feel every show.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Hi, Jandy.
There's Jandy.
Hey,
Hi, Jandy.
All right.
what is your
Le-
show about tonight?
Dave peed.
Wrestling.
Per the usual.
That's boring.
It is. I'm sorry.
Especially
I
when
gotta
we
find a
talk
better
about it.
wife that likes wrestling.
But we're also going to talk about Barry Sanders and
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's in on Barry Sanders. Like,
Who is
oh
Barry
yeah,
Sanders?
I'm on. Who's that guy?
All right, I'll be back.
all right.
We-
All right, Tim, play me
Pretend
in for some stories in the wheelhouse. Oh, wait, we're not doing stories in this cut. Never mind. You don't have to play me in.
We can still do that.
December 1988. Welcome aboard. Just do it on a loop. Do it on a loop.
Justin Yent got in there in the producer's role there, and wow, you got one of those too. That's cool.
Yeah. By the way, I've had the fortunate pleasure over this Christmas vacation of well, for one, being off work. This is so it's been so long since I've been off for a week consecutively that I couldn't remember the last time I did it. Huh?
Talk to Dave about them. I said they're called vacations. Talk to Dave about them.
Well, I was before I was so rudely interrupted. I was just saying I couldn't. It'd been so long since I took a week off of work. I couldn't remember the last time I did. It's been that long, and it's been. I still have 2 days to go. But
Do
it's
you
been
break
very
up
nice.
your PTO like I'll take 3 days here and 3 days here and 3 days here?
Generally, I take my vacations between Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas because I know most people want to take off Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I'll take off in between. And then I'll maybe take a couple days in the spring or the summer just to hang out with the kids. Right now, with only being at the mill for going into my 4th year, I still only have 2 weeks. But next year, so not 24, but 25, I'll have 3.
I'm going
Looking
to tell
forward to
you,
that.
any job I take is going to start me out with 3.
Would you like to compare pay stubs?
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're paid hourly. If you work your dick off, you could make a bunch of money.
I do both of those things. Yes, I get paid hourly and I work my dick off. Except for
Not
right
a big
now.
loss. It's okay.
No, it doesn't take much. A couple steps, I'm done. I got my shift done. So, what do you say we start talking about stories in the wheelhouse? I was going to be cute and have pictures and everything in here ready, but as I was getting ready to say before I wandered off on vacation talk, I have spent 2 of the last 3 days just editing video from the time.
My God.
Who is
Hi,
Boober?
Boober.
Who is Boober? Cincinnati Reds. Yes, that's Timmy.
There's Joey Votto.
If you would like, I will get up and I will point to everything on my wall and tell you.
It'll be bad audio, but
It's gonna take forever, but we'll do it. So I've edited the videos going back to November, and again, I've got to say, Efren did a knockout job as host. And Justin did a fine job. I know he doesn't think he did. He did. He did an excellent job as host. Especially because that was also a show you weren't there. So it was just Justin and Dave.
Yeah.
They did a fine job. And
Justin said I was ducking him.
I mean, it's a very distinct possibility. Very real possibility. But I was going to put pictures here of all the stories. Jose Altuve. Oh, boy. He's trying to start an argument on this show already. So
tell us his thoughts on that catcher from Tampa Bay, Mike Zunino.
Mike Zunino. But I plays for Cleveland. But I was going to have pictures of all the stories up on here and was editing video instead. So I will add them post-production like I always do. But the first story in the wheelhouse this week, December 3rd, Oklahoma State running back Barry Sanders destroys the college football world by winning the Heisman Trophy after one of the, if not the most prolific season in college football history. Everyone knows what Barry Sanders would end up doing once he got to the Detroit Lions, but his collegiate
quitter.
Wouldn't you quit to play for the Lions? And your job became running for your life?
I mean,
but his collegiate career, I think we overlook way too much. I don't think it gets talked about nearly enough. He joined Oklahoma State in 1986 and actually backed up Thurman Thomas for 2 seasons. So at one time, Oklahoma State had Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders.
That's pretty good.
That doesn't seem fair. In 1987, Sanders led the country in yards per kickoff return. You know you're stacked when Barry Sanders is relegated to kickoff returns. But he was averaging 31.7 yards per return while also rushing for 603 yards, 9 touchdowns, and also caught 4 passes. One of those was a touchdown. So as a backup running back, he scored 12 touchdowns. That's
pretty good.
That's, yeah.
In 19, say a backup running back scoring 12 touchdowns.
Also, he did I mention he also returned 2 kicks for touchdowns that year? In 1987, Oklahoma Sooners head coach Barry Switzer told his team not to hurt Thurman Thomas because he did not want to play Barry Sanders. That's crazy.
But Stupid. He
was right. Then in 1987, Thurman Thomas left for the draft, allowing Barry Sanders to put on one of the most ridiculous college football seasons ever. Just to start his season in 1988, Sanders became the first player to open 2 consecutive seasons with a 100-yard kickoff return. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
That's how he started the season?
So he returned to kick 100 yards in the opening game. He did it the season before as well and was the only player ever to do that.
Shouldn't have been kicking there. I don't know.
Yard kickoff return to start a season 2 years in a row.
Terrible.
We've kind of discussed this a little bit here and there. He ended up rushing for, when did we talk about this? It was Rashaan Salam. He ended up rushing for like 2,856 yards. He rushed for 300 yards 4 times that year.
I could do that.
300 yards 4 times.
You know what he's not?
What?
A compiler like Nolan Ryan.
Ooh, boy. I don't necessarily like that. Don't like that at all.
You're welcome.
No, I said it's not good.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome.
Okay.
I can hear.
I heard what you said.
I'm going to need, I'm an old head. Can someone tell me what POG is?
I don't know. I mean, you're not that much older than I am. I know what pogs are. I like you know what? Suddenly I like this guy.
Angus beef is too good. I don't know what that means.
Apparently,
why is he speaking a language?
So clearly with the Altuve comment and then this.
Pog is like excitement and Zoomer. What is Zoomer?
I think he meant boomer.
Boomer speak. Okay, got it.
Maybe running backs. That would be backwards. I don't.
Backup running backs are exciting. No, they're not. Well, I guess they are if they're Barry Sanders.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Barry Sanders back there.
Chase Brown, pretty good backup for the Bengals.
Who?
Second fastest man in the NFL this season.
Great. I'm sure that's going to do him well at some point. Never. So we're still living in Arlington as an Astros fan. There's a Nolan Ryan Angus beef sold here in this damn. Well, there you go. He just answered all of our questions.
Nolan Ryan Angus beef.
I'd eat it.
It beats the shit out of Robin Ventura's Angus beef.
And seeing as how Nolan Ryan was known for throwing the cheese, that better be a spicy cheeseburger there. Or are we talking burgers, or are we just making steak here?
Angus
I don't like it.
beef. I bet he's got his own farm.
You can make burgers out of that knothead.
Yeah, but you could do way better things with it than just burgers.
I'm not arguing that, but I'm from Indiana. We're just like, this would be a way better steak. I know, but I like hamburgers.
You're like Jim Ross the time on a couple episodes ago when he kept saying, if you feed a man an Angus steak all his life and then you give him a burger,
That was
he
Buddy
messed it
Landau.
up. Yeah, but he messed it up and said, if you give him a burger all his life and then give him a steak, he's going to hate the steak. What?
You don't
What?
give steak to a man that's used to eating hamburger. Actually, that's exactly what you do. Season it
Ugh.
yourself.
I don't know about that.
I'm in.
When I see it's Chaps, it just makes me think of Iron Eagle. Chappie!
I don't like that.
Iron
So-
Eagle's a great movie.
Is there anything else you want to discuss about
Holy shit! Look who's
What?
here!
Klondike's here?
Dick Van Klondike is here.
Oh, good. He's gonna have we don't have to send him the episode later. He'll know exactly what to make the cover art out of. Hi, Klondike.
We love you, Klondike.
Well, absolutely. If he is, top 5, this guy.
And all your meat.
I love your meat. Meat
It's,
slapping.
it's better than Nolan Ryan's meat.
Boy, I think I fib or whatever his name was. He begs to differ.
Little defib.
Defib, isn't that bad?
Yeah, are you gonna get shocked later? Is that what's going on?
I mean, it is my profession, but I don't want it to happen like on purpose. I mean, I have been shocked before. Actually, I just got shocked a few weeks ago because I thought something was unwired and it wasn't.
Check the cord.
Check the cord.
By the way, these greasy bastards have been rolling around the ring for about 14 minutes now.
Yeah, we're still rolling, but we're 20, 09, 10, 11, 12. So we're over 20 minutes in the match. This is still going. So
the highlight of this match that I saw so far was when Dr. Death picked up one of the Fantastics for a repeated press slam. I'm pretty sure he had his middle finger in his butthole and was squeezing his balls with the other 4 fingers.
The old beehole. Right in the old beehole. Take that, I said. I wonder. I'm still trying to do this Instagram. For those of you watching, I'm trying to figure out how to do Instagram Live for the first time. I'm still trying to figure out. I wonder if I need to open it on my computer instead of my phone.
Oh, by the way, it's not boomers. Zoomers are Gen Z. Little
Thank
defib, are you Gen Z?
He needs to
Because
stay on here.
if you are, you probably need to just exit the room.
He needs to stay here and just be our urban dictionary for the show. 'Cause
Please, yes.
We're
Fix
old. We're old and we don't know what's going on. I'm old. So is there anything you want to discuss about Barry Sanders before we move on to the next story?
He was fast and the Lions made him quit. They've done that twice now.
Actually,
I heard
3 times.
I heard an argument that Matt Stafford should get into the NFL Hall of Fame simply because the Lions didn't make him quit.
Whew. Well, I mean, there is some hard pressing evidence there. Then again, Jared Goff's there now and he's crushing it. So
Dan Campbell, I'm telling you, eating kneecaps.
I don't know why we would start there, but okay, I get it. Oh, we just got the hot tag. Here comes Bobby Fulton lighting it up.
Zillennial is a combo. This is one hell of a vocabulary you have there, defib.
I'm impressed with him. He knows all these things about which I don't know what generation I am.
I am Gen X through.
See, I'm 85, and it's a weird spot because some people say I'm a
You
millennial.
would be Y, Gen Y.
Or some people say I'm Gen Y. Some people say I'm right at the beginning of millennial. So it's weird.
You
85 is a weird spot.
act more like Gen X.
What, grumpy?
85 is Gen Y.
There you go.
Are you a sociologist?
No shit. Also,
you know a shit ton.
Can you read my mind? Because it seems like you're answering these questions before I even ask.
Should we invite you to be on the show?
Yeah, we might ask you to just replace Dave.
I mean,
well, first we don't even know who that is. We don't even know who this guy is.
Do you have a big closet?
That is a
requirement. You have to.
I think we got a winner and new U.S. Tag Champions,
Dr. Death,
and Kevin Sullivan,
the Devil.
Do you want to know the star rating for this match?
I went long. It was 1988. It wasn't terrible. I'm gonna say 2 3/4 stars.
He's a diesel mechanic, old D-fib, half dumbass, half baked knowledge. This match got 3.5 stars.
What? Because they didn't die?
Yes.
By the way, diesel mechanic, half dumbass. I like it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the wrong match earlier for the one that got a 1.5. It was not the new and old Midnight Express. It was one after that.
What was that?
That was the Russian
Ian News and
not on the show. The Russian Assassins against Ivan Koloff and Junkyard Dog. By the way, I said earlier this might be the end of the Varsity Blues. Look at me, Varsity Blues. The Varsity Squad.
Beginning of the Varsity Club.
It's Varsity Squad. Is it Varsity Club?
Varsity Club.
Whatever. Well, look at me go. It is past the end because Rick Steiner will face Mike Rotunda later in the show. So this is after he did the hand puppet and turn face.
Okay.
By the way, if you are watching along, which again, I don't know why you would not be, we're at 25 minutes, 02, 03, 04. Look at that hair on Magnum T. It's flowing. It's gorgeous.
It's a magnificent mullet he's got going on.
Tony Schiavone's got, I'm not even sure it's a mullet. I think that's just wonderful hair. I think it's just well-groomed.
Are your kids wrestling upstairs again?
Yes. Okay. Schiavone's got a nice coif going on.
Does coif mean big belly? Because he's got that.
You can't see it though.
It's literally being squeezed through a cummerbund up through his bow tie into his face.
Also, why are they sitting at a table that appears to be covered in denim?
It's literally just the real Klondike Bill laying in front of them.
Oh, there's so many smells with that guy. So I think we're ready to head into the next story here. Stories in the wheelhouse. Or should we wait?
Might as well while they're just bullshitting.
Yeah, while Jim Ross and who is that? That's
Lance Russell.
Is that Lance Russell?
Pretty sure.
Maybe so. Well, they're just shooting the shit. December 12th, Rain Man, starring Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman, premieres in New York, going on to win Best Picture of 1989.
Gotta get to Kmart, 400 Oak Street, Cincinnati, Ohio.
I was waiting for you to do that.
256 toothpicks.
Oh, here I got to hurry up because here he comes. Oh wait, it's Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey, not Norvell Austin, with Paul Heyman. Coif. It's a hairdo, and it's also spelled Coiffe.
Not a coif.
Also not a coif.
This is a handle.
Where's Justin? Is he here?
I have a hand for my handle now.
We're starting hot and heavy. This match is underway. The new Midnight come in and just clean house.
Because literally the old Midnight are in their 50s.
Actually, I bet you they're both in the 30s.
A short throw shifter. Once again, don't know what that means.
You don't know how to drive a stick, do you?
No, that's fun director's job, not mine.
You don't know how to drive a stick. Holy shit. I thought it was like a requirement of people you ate.
Apparently, the diesel mechanic thinks that's funny. Of
He-
course, because all diesels are sticks.
Well, I don't know. They're starting to turn away from it, but
Unless
lot
it's a
of them-
Volkswagen. I mean, and then it's automatic.
So wait, is this?
22?
I'm starting to wonder. Is this? No, I was starting to wonder if this was the original Midnight Express and Paul Heyman against the new Heart. I almost said Heart Foundation, the new Midnight Express and Jim Cornette, but they are not involved in this match. By the way, Jim Cornette, one time in his career, he is a full-blown babyface for the storyline.
He's not even that in real life.
No,
And I'm sorry that I can't drive a stick, defib.
it's okay.
Just not something I learned growing up.
You're good now,
And I'm twice your fucking age, literally.
but I mean, you're good now. But if you would have, if you'd have been this age in like 80, you'd be homeless because you wouldn't be able to drive anywhere. Automatic transmissions were only for fancy people.
I think I could do 3 on the tree though. I think I could
3 on the tree. So, well, we're going to come back to this match, but first I'm going to do some Rain Man. Oh, we need to do ages. I'll do ages after the Rain Man story. This film was directed by Barry Levinson, written by Barry Morrow and Ronald Bass, and starred the aforementioned Cruz and Hoffman. Charlie Babbitt, a collectibles dealer, is in the middle of bringing 4 Lamborghinis to Los Angeles for resale, but the EPA is holding the cars due to emissions, putting Babbitt in a financial bind. During this time, Babbitt's father dies, and he then flies home to Cincinnati to settle the estate. He finds out you live in Kentucky. Here he finds out that the $3 million of the estate that he was going to get is going to a mental institution, and when he goes to the hospital,
His brother.
He meets his older brother Raymond for the first time. The film was made on a $25 million budget, ended up grossing $172 million worldwide and $42 million on opening weekend. It also became the highest grossing film of all time, of 89.
It'd be better if it were of all time.
So, Timmy, can you guess the weekend it came out, what movie beat this in the box office?
See, this would have been 88.
It was one of Dave's faves not that long ago. It might have been in the primetime show. Actually, it was. I know it was. Because you got it. You yelled it out just before me.
It's not I'm going to get you, sucker.
No, it's not
that.
It's not that.
I don't remember. What?
Twins.
Aha!
Twins was the only movie that beat its opening weekend.
Had some sweet banter about that movie this past week.
All right, let's do ages. Where do you want to start? We know Stan Lane is still relatively young here.
Yeah, Stan Lane's probably like 28.
Let's see. Stan Lane. We'll start with old sweet Stan. He was born August 5th, 1953, which made him 35 years old here.
He was not relatively young then.
Whoa. Who do you want to see next?
Dennis Condrey and his 67-year-old ass.
Dennis Condrey. Here's a game we haven't played in a while. Let's do over under. Wow. Over under 43 for Dennis Condrey here at this show. 43 and a half, excuse me.
I'm going to say over. You're going to tell me he's my age. And then I'm going to roll on the floor.
He is 1 year older than Stan Lane. He's 36 here at this
What?
show.
No! No!
Born February 1st, 1952.
There's a better chance that I'm 1 year older than Stan Lane.
I can't believe that. All right, who's next? You want to do Randy Rose next, or do you want to do Bobby Eaton?
Bobby Eaton was really young here. I'm going to say Bobby Eaton was 27.
Bobby Eaton. Helps if I spell his name right. Here we go. Over, under, we'll do 32 and a half here for Bobby Eaton. Under. He was born August 14th, 1958, making him 30 here at this show. Last but not least, Randy Rose.
71.
71. I think, for some reason, I think his age has come up before. Well, I accidentally put Randy Rosenberg. I don't know who that is. Whew, boy, this is wild. Wow, he's still alive, by the way.
Well, I believe he's still alive. No, he looks kind of young. I'm just seeing his face. I'm going to go 38.
He was born July 19th, 1956. He'd have been 32 at this show.
No way!
So he was 32.
He's younger than the New Midnight Express.
He was 32. So Bobby Eaton's 30. He's 32.
And Stan Lane is
Stan
35.
Lane's 35. And Dennis Condrey's 36.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
And let's see. Cornette's 62 this year. So that put him at 27 here.
I believe that. Heyman was really young. Heyman was probably like 24, 25.
Yeah, he was young. Yeah, he hadn't been in the business. Well, he had spent some time in the AWA, but nothing. Actually, I believe he managed the original Midnight Express in the AWA. But I believe then it was Randy Rose and Norvell Austin, not Dennis Condrey. That is wild. We're going to have to do over-under again later. I did not expect that at all. Everyone looks 45 or older except Stan Lane, and he's the third oldest man in this match.
In the New Midnight Express.
What? See, we got one more story to do. We'll see.
Dennis Condrey looks 54. There's no way.
Look it up. Google it yourself.
That man smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot of Jack Daniels. Nothing good was going on in his life.
Oh, he smoked two heaters since this match has started.
He looks like he's been through 7 divorces.
Might have been.
In 88.
You know what's weird too? I never really considered this. Is, you know, we have, let's see, Arn's son, Brock is wrestling right now. Steiner's son. You see all these different sons, and they're like their dads are always kind of bigger stars. You never see like, you know, Rick Condrey. Like you never see the son of Condrey or Eaton or.
You know what my favorite son is?
My two sons?
The Mohegan son. I can gamble there.
You're looking at, I'm not on my iMovie editor because I could have actually the last show I just edited, I put a boo noise after a joke you made.
Okay.
Because you deserved it. Because you deserved it. It was bad.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Funny as fuck.
So we got let's see where we're at. 35, 35, 36, 37, 38. I'm gonna try one more time to get this Instagram deal
Pretty
to
sure
work.
Condrey just kicked what's his Teddy Long. Pretty sure he just kicked Teddy Long in the dick.
Right in the pee-pee. So I mean, we've talked all this time about a match that Jim Cornette's in and having it all mentioned Jim Cornette, who is kind of in, I guess, well, he's trending again right now because
what does wife do now?
She didn't do anything as far as I know. I wouldn't rule it out though. But he told Chris Jericho on Twitter recently to slap his boss's penis out of his mouth, but he didn't say penis.
He said dick?
Yes, he did. I don't know. I don't know why I struggle to say that, but I do. But
dick.
I've said it several times on the show. Whatever anyone's Cornette opinion of Jim Cornette, they're right. I'm a fan of Cornette. I know he says dumb shit on the regular, and
on purpose. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, on purpose. Absolutely, there's no way he's not. But I also think his wrestling opinions are valid.
I agree with his take on the Young Bucks.
Yes, I think that a lot of his ideas, if updated to today, would work. I will grant you that. But also, just when it comes to wrestling history, the man's a treasure trove, which is really why I listen to him. So, and then all this started because he jumped in the middle of the Chris Jericho, Stephen P. New Twitter feud that I didn't know I needed, but I could not be happier that it did happen. Are you familiar with this? Have you read up on this?
I've seen the tweets.
So mind you, this started Christmas Day. Well, actually, Stephen P. New's first tweet was Christmas Eve.
You have anything better to do over the holidays?
Jericho's response was butt crack in the morning, Christmas morning. I mean, like 2:30 in the morning.
His kids were opening presents.
At 2:30 in the morning?
Fuck this Stephen P. New guy.
And everyone has an opinion on it. And I'm going to take a slightly different approach to it because everyone's either defending Stephen P. New or Jericho, right? They're not really. Which, by the way,
I'm not, because I don't give a shit about either of them.
I don't either. But Stephen P. New kind of gained notoriety in the wrestling world a few years ago when a wrestler named G. Raver was putting out T-shirts that had like spikes through Jim Cornette's head and had his glasses with X's over him, and it said "fuck Jim Cornette." And Cornette sued him because they were using his likeness. Which actually they lost the, what did they call it? I read up on the case today. They lost a preliminary something. I can't remember what the word was. So instead of
hearing
something like that, yeah. But instead of Cornette bitching and moaning and crying the entire time, he said, fine, if you can use my likeness, I'm going to seal your T-shirt. And started making the same T-shirt and selling it with all the proceeds going to charity. So that's kind of how Stephen P. New kind of got involved in the wrestling landscape, was he was involved in the G Raver. But by the way, since then, G Raver has been arrested for drug and DUI charges. So, it all shakes out in the end. But this all comes out because we just found out CM Punk and Ace Steel are under NDAs, which I don't understand how everyone who leaves AEW is under an NDA, but that's another topic for another day.
Cocaine. That's how they've seen Tony Khan do cocaine.
I don't get it.
Guaranteed.
I don't get it. But
I seen him. I guarantee.
I seen him.
Snorts coke. Can't tie his shoes and snorts coke.
You know what? I was actually
pretty sure we're available for litigation now.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually doing security for his stage show at Starrcade this year, and his shoe was in fact untied. I can verify that. I was standing 5 feet away from him off the stage.
I peed next to him at a urinal. I can verify. Teeny Wanger.
That's not at all what I expected. So and Jericho has since responded with and Stephen P. New said, it's in your employee handbook, all this other stuff. Jericho's then had the bright idea to say, I don't follow an employee handbook, all this other shit. So that's really where all this stuff started.
To be fair, do we really think AEW has an employee handbook?
Yes, it's been released.
Is it in crayon?
I have not seen the insides, but I have seen the book.
Did John Moxley write it with his own blood?
I would have to assume there's at least one page. Yes, maybe where what chapters or which ones index
chapter IV
table of contents. That's the phrase I wanted. I'm an idiot. So, first of all, if AEW is in fact and their employees under an employee handbook, and Jericho just blurts out, "I've never seen one. I don't follow that." So, again, everyone's saying that either Jericho's doing this or standing up for Tony, or he's lying. I don't know.
Above that too.
I don't know. Here's my thought. Say he's not lying. Say he's telling the truth. I don't follow the employee handbook or an employee handbook. But we know everyone else does. So now we know all the other wrestlers in AEW follow the employee handbook. Jericho doesn't. So the rules don't apply to Chris Jericho. He can just do whatever he wants. And did I mention they have a pay-per-view as we're recording this weekend?
Okay.
When Worlds Collide. So instead of talking about that, we're talking about Jericho and his dumb Twitter thumbs again. And if I'm a younger guy, say a Ricky Starks or someone like that who's in the locker room.
Or a little defib.
22
years old.
And I'm seeing Jericho on Twitter, probably with no reprimands, by the way, that he doesn't follow the employee handbook that I have to follow. Now we're just driving him around the locker room down even farther than it already was. Like, what are we doing? Yes, Timmy.
Pretty sure Ricky Starks is already looking for the door.
Of course. And I mean, again, we've had experiences in the landscape that most other people wouldn't, and I've gotten to talk to people that most other people haven't got to talk to. We know. I'm not going to say most of them are, but a lot of them are. There's quite a few that are looking to see the next chapter and where it's not going to be. If I'm AEW and I'm Tony Khan, I'm looking at my locker room just saying, like, listen, can we have one pay-per-view? Well, for the lead up until the pay-per-view, we're talking about the pay-per-view. Stop saying dumb shit. Stop tweeting at lawyers. What good is that going to do you to tweet at a lawyer who's going to document everything you say? Stop it.
All right, that's enough.
Enough what?
Enough AEW. I'm just now. I'm done with them.
It just the company fascinates me, and for all the wrong reasons.
It's okay. I can't wait to watch that special in 5 years. The rise and fall of AEW.
Well, there's also this misconception that if we critique it, we want it to fail. That's not true.
No, I want it to be better.
I want AEW to be good in the worst way.
Because
I want an alternative.
I legitimately know a lot of those talents, and I would like to see them succeed.
That too. And wow, it's always one step forward, two steps back every time. And
I used to work for MJF, and I want to see him do well.
And again, it's always dumb shit. You know, like this. It's not like something like Magnum TA having an accident and can't, the rest of his career is cut short, or the Von Erich story, anything like that. It's just we have a pay-per-view, people tweet dumb shit, everyone forgets the pay-per-view's happening. That's their story in a microcosm.
Well, if you actually did better pay-per-views. By the way, bye, little defib. Have a good night.
Uh-oh. Cornette gets his hand on Heyman. We got a punch thrown. Crowd is going nuts.
I would like to see them fight in real life, by the way. Oh, Jesus Christ.
White Claw. No, I'm the Iron Claw Ric Flair. Because
I'm the White Claw Ric Flair.
He's getting really, which is another thing. Why are we ridiculing that poor man that played Ric Flair in the Iron Claw?
Because he was terrible. That's why.
I get that, but it's not his fault.
It's not his fault he was terrible?
No,
it is precisely his fault that he's terrible.
Pick someone else. As a casting director, that is your job. Pick someone else.
Look at a fucking video and figure it out.
Well, again, that's the casting director's job, not his.
Hi, Jen, by the way.
Hello, Jen. Pick someone who can play Ric Flair, which, by the way, is no one. But at least get closer.
Get Charlotte to do it.
Uh-oh, we got the old Midnight Express. They got their hands on Corny. They got tennis rackets. Oh, they're letting him have it now. They are letting him have it now. Here comes Heyman. Oh, we have a phone in there. I forgot Heyman needs to bring a phone to the ring. I wonder if that was an actual cell phone from '88. If it was just a cordless phone.
It was an AT&T cordless phone.
Cordless phone. Oh, this is phenomenal. This is what we call getting heat here, folks. This is what we call getting some heat. They are just waylaying on the Midnight Express.
You would think that Cornette's pants and shirt would be heat, but no, he's a babyface.
Yeah. By the way, if you're not watching this, Cornette is wearing a cream colored tuxedo ruffle shirt.
It's not real pink.
With red accents, a red glitter bow tie, and red glitters. Pleather pants. I don't know what you'd call those.
They're just glitter pants. Jen, what would you call glitter pants?
Glance. Plitter.
Easy to get off, probably.
I don't know. Those don't look very easy to get off.
What? Not for Cornette.
He was a little guy here in '88. This is, you know what? Going back and watching these shows, I wish I would have been aware of, Jim Crockett Promotions / NWA / WCW sooner than I was.
Well, you're a fucking Yankee, so
I didn't find him until '94. I think I found him on accident.
WWE was still better.
'94? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, no one's arguing that.
Perfect answer, by the way. Hold on, getting there. Sparkle Spanks.
That's perfect. Perfect.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
I was gonna try to give it another clever name, and I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna ruin it. Here we go. JR and Lance Russell back out here.
Or someone that looks like Lance Russell, maybe.
And they say we haven't seen the last of this new Old Midnight Express.
Yeah, all right. Go to the next story, please. I don't want to hear them talk.
Next story. Oh, really? You want to talk about the next story instead of listening to talk about the new Midnight? Okay. December 21st, a terrible occurrence happens when Pan Am Flight 103 from Frankfurt Airport in West Germany to JFK Airport doesn't make it as a bomb goes off inside, killing all 259 on board and another 11 on the ground.
Shouldn't have been flying there.
Shouldn't have been flying there. We've covered.
Can we discuss again what Pan Am? Pan Am is basically the Atlantic Ocean because they just keep going to Europe. And every time they do, someone dies.
My son agrees with you. We've covered a number of airline tragedies, but I believe this is the first one that was the result of a bombing. Shortly after loading the luggage and refueling, the plane left on time around 1800 at 6 o'clock at night for non-military people. 58 minutes later, the plane established two-way communication with the Shanwick Oceanic Area Patrol. 4 minutes later, Alan Top from Shanwick
By the way, that would be SOAP.
SOAP?
Yeah, Shanwick Oceanic Air Patrol. SOAP.
Ah, very good. Shanwick. Oh, I just messed this all up.
SOAP.
4 minutes later, stop saying SOAP. Alan Top from Shanwick transmitted the oceanic route clearance, but never got a response. Then on the flight radar, the beacon that represented Pan Am Flight 103, or Squawk, as they were nicknamed, disappeared.
Yeah, but I can't use SOAP. Okay.
They called it Squawk. They didn't call themselves SOAP, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I bet they did. I'm going to call them. Hold on.
This was due to a bomb being detonated, which caused debris to spread over 1 nautical mile. A British Airways pilot called over the radio and said he could see fire on the ground. Upon investigation, it was found that the bomb created a 20-inch hole in the fuselage. This hole created a massive difference in pressure between the inside pressure of the cabin and the outside pressure of the open air. It was also discovered that no emergency preparations were ever started from the cockpit, which hopefully means everyone inside the plane was dead upon explosion. By the way,
hopefully they were dead.
Yes, that's genuinely what I'm hoping for. By the way, the last match got, let's see, 3.25 stars. This next match is the lowest rated match. It's a 1.5 stars. By the way, we should also mention the first 3 matches on this card, tag team matches.
I like it.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
Hey, there's the sheep herder's flag bearer, but he's Russian.
Paul Jones?
Yeah.
Or Jack Victory?
Oh, yeah, that's Paul Jones, not Jack Victory. Easy mistake to make.
Sure, they look a lot like.
All right, so it said that he saw a fire on the ground. I thought they were over the water.
No, they hadn't made it yet. So I didn't do the entire story because you butt wipes were supposed to finish the notes like normal.
Dave can't even be here.
Well, I understand that. I understand that, but the debris went over a location in England called Lockerbie, and turns out that the NRA, which was the IRA,
yes,
Irish, whatever the hell,
my retirement account, yes,
sure, they're the ones that bombed the plane. I'm not entirely sure why.
Did they bomb it from the ground, or they put
it's really fascinating because it's a reminder of what 88 was compared to after 01, because they did the luggage exchange from the one plane to this plane
And then someone stuck that shit in there.
West Germany. No, there was a bag they knew at the time was unaccounted for. And they're just like, oh, someone must have just forgot to check it. Threw it in the plane. Nowadays, you're like, what are they doing? But that was probably a fairly common occurrence back then.
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
I mean, well, I mean, now you can just walk anywhere, or now you can't walk anywhere. Back in the 80s, you could just like walk out to the plane itself.
Right. Just walk down the tarmac like. Wonder how big these these lines are painted on the runways. I want to that's mighty wide. Wonder what kind of apparatus they use to get the paint so thick.
Good word, apparatus.
Apparatus, thank you. Still trying to get the Instagram live thing. I'm still plugging
killing
away.
it on that. Just
crushing.
Can we talk about Junk Food Dog versus the Masked Man?
Yeah, JYD. I mean, he's not even what he was in the WWF here in '88, and he wasn't.
And to be fair, in the WWF, he was not.
And I was saying, and he wasn't in the WWF. He wasn't what he was in Mid-South, and then at the end of his Mid-South run, he wasn't what he was when he started. So, just unfortunate. I guess lifestyle decisions would be the only way you can describe it. Is what?
What? Lifestyle decisions?
Lifestyle decisions. Drugs and alcohol and all that.
Oh,
is what took down old JYD.
Actually, I think it was a drunk driver that took him down, but
it was. Was it?
Yeah, didn't he die in a drunk driving accident?
I knew he died in a car
him not drunk. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna have to look that up for this match is over. I know he died in a car accident. I do.
Well, you probably have 22 minutes, so go ahead.
No, this one's only 7 minutes long.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe you could look it up while I'm trying to figure out Instagram. Oh, I know. You son of a bitch. I gotta do work. You son bitch.
Maybe we should we'll just stop talking and start Googling.
You know what? I thought I was interested. I'm not interested anymore. Never mind.
We're both literally searching. Stop it! Talk!
Yeah. Everyone wants to see us on Instagram Live. Everyone knows that.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, Timmy. This is the future.
They want to see me in Playboy.
But why would you be in Playboy?
Well, I got big titties.
Do you?
I mean, they're bigger than most men's.
Wow.
They're pectorals.
I mean, I'm slightly.
Maybe not. He died at the age of 45 in a single car accident. By the way, he was only 35.
Wow.
On I-20 near Forest, Mississippi, returning home from his daughter's high school graduation.
I knew that too.
It just says it was a single car crash.
And he had just done a ECW appearance. Like maybe a month before. Yeah, and he did that was when did he pass away? 97?
98. 10
98.
years later.
He didn't even look like JYD. It was crazy. So he would have been 45. So he should have looked relatively like he does now. No, he didn't. No, like Kamala. That man never aged.
Still hasn't. I'm pretty sure he's.
Well, I mean, he's dead, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure they took him to a taxidermist.
Did they repaint all the moon and stars and stuff on his belly?
Yeah, and they have a little speaker inside.
You know what? That's the way I want to go out. I want to be stuffed, posed, and painted. That's exactly how.
I'm pretty sure I could talk to the fund director and get that done.
And naked.
He'll get you naked, stuffed, pose, and paint you
naked as a jaybird. Oh my Lord, what are we doing?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Tommy Boy, classic. Callahan Auto. All right, I think I'm almost there with the Instagram Live.
Jesus Christ! Can we talk about how these masked wrestlers were almost. Well, God, almost as fat as the JYD.
You know, I will say, these outfits probably are the best Russian outfits I've seen. I will give them that much.
I think what should have happened here was not Nikita Koloff. I am pale, Jen, by the way. I have not been able to go to the tanning bed because of this bullshit.
I haven't left my house by in 3 days, and I have more color than you do.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. Now, what do you think of me now?
Now you look like the Undertaker now. And
There we go.
I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, I guess maybe I am cheating with my lamp. Or my camera. I don't know. I mean, I am pale. I'm not trying to say I'm not. I am.
I'm totally pale compared to what I normally am.
I am translucent. Just cover that.
What am I covering?
Your face. Way better. I love our listeners. You know that? I love them.
You do have more color than me, apparently.
I think it's my camera. Like I said, I think I'm cheating.
Like, it's the Bud Light behind you that is super bright. Everything in front of you looks darker. The new Undertaker. The Underfaker.
I got it. I think we're on Instagram Live.
Fabulous.
Maybe.
I'm so excited I might have a boner.
I do.
By the way, Ivan Koloff at 77 years old wins this match, pinning Russian on Russian aggression here. I don't like it.
Oh, that's annoying.
What?
Hold on.
Hey, we are live.
There we
I
go.
can see us.
So I could hear you and I could hear that at the same time, and there was like a 4-second lag. It was really
first off,
messing with my brain.
You should turn your phone on silent when you're recording.
No, it wasn't my phone. I have to do it from my computer, so it was on the other monitor. So I was hearing. That's why I could hear it in my headphones. But we got it. Hey everyone, Instagram Live. We're there. It only took us,
an hour.
1 hour on
minutes.
the dot. 1 hour on the dot. Look at us go. We already have 3 people. Look at this. Look at this go.
3 whole people.
3 people. And you're one of them.
I'm not. I'm not one of them. Oh, maybe I am. Sorry. Back to 2 people.
No. Well, yeah. No, it's 2 people. Anyway, so, by the way, that match, let me go back here. The Assassins won. P.S. And that match was star and a half. It went 6:47. It is the only match on this card that is shorter than 11 minutes and 20 seconds. The main event, Ric Flair versus Lex Luger for the World Championship, 31 minutes.
Ooh.
And they're not in an elimination chamber.
Ooh.
So this next match will be Rick Steiner taking on the NWA television champion, Mike Rotunda.
Gross.
I can't believe this shit. Some of these ratings are killing me. Adam Simmons.
And apparently your dog, too.
She's very upset with how this broke down. Adam Simmons joins us here on Instagram Live. See, reaching out to more people. We're getting more viewers by the second. We're nationwide like ZZ Top. Well, why did you say it like that? ZZ Top's amazing.
No, they're not.
What do you mean, no, they're not?
All beard, no substance.
Hold on. I hope I still have yeah, here it is. No, that's not right. That's not right.
No.
All beard, no. I am so angry with you right now.
They play like 3 chords. Who cares?
So does AC/DC.
Okay.
I don't like you anymore. So we've done our 3 stories. We're about to approach halfway through the show.
So that means it's my turn.
You don't have a turn this week.
I do.
You do?
I do. That means it's my turn. Let's go to Timmy's Trivioki.
Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro.
That's not Tosca.
Ugh, my ears.
My neck, my back.
Yep, I remember. Everyone remembers when Elvis performed that.
Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama, Ilana, Montego, baby. Wow, so all right, so this is gonna be fun.
You don't have anything, do you?
I do, no.
Okay,
I totally do.
okay.
But there was just something in it that was funny.
What?
You'll find out. Song number 1, clue number 1.
Is one of your songs Kokomo?
This is a song
It
by
is!
America. I don't have the song, but that's song number 1.
Woo! Dave!
You did beat Dave there. Most definitely beat Dave. But there's a theme this week.
Okay.
Song number 2, clue number 1. This is a song written and recorded by Chan Romero in 1959. The same year it reached number 3 in Australia. Good day, Klondike.
Good day, Klondike.
Romero was 17 years old when he wrote the song.
What was that? Monster Tequila?
Monster Tequila, Sammy Hagar.
No,
All right then. This is so. I don't even know where to go from there.
The Pee-wee Herman song.
The song was also covered by the band the Georgia Satellites in 1988. The same year, it reached Billboard Hot 100 number 45 and mainstream rock chart number 13. You only get 2 clues for this song.
George Thorogood remake.
Not George Thorogood. Chan Romero.
You just said Thorogood redid it in 88.
No, the Georgia Satellites.
Georgia Satellites. So it can't be Keep Your Hands to Yourself, I'm pretty sure.
Not 1988.
Okay. Then I don't know. Actually, Jen just said Keep Your Hands to Yourself.
She was actually just talking to you.
I have no idea.
For goodness sakes, I got the hippie shake. Never heard of hippie shakes?
No.
Fucking children.
I think most people have not.
I guarantee they have.
Mm.
Please hop into the comments and tell us.
Well, I'm the only one that can see the Instagram comments. So I'll keep an eye on there to see if anyone chimes in. Like, yeah, I know that dumb shit.
All right. So
that was terrible, but I know the song was the first one that
Kokomo.
just popped up. That just popped up.
Kokomo. Hippie shake. Song number 3. This is a 1988 song by Bobby McFerrin, released as
Don't
the first
worry,
single.
be happy now. Don't worry, be happy now.
All right. So those 3 songs, Kokomo, Hippie Shake, Don't Worry, Be Happy. What do those have in common?
Sunrash.
Negative. Someone get in the comments and tell us.
Hippie Shake,
Kokomo,
and Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Why would they all be on the Hot 100 at this time?
Was it a movie?
Maybe.
We're getting there. I like it.
May have had Elizabeth Shue in it.
No, was it Flashdance? That was later.
May have had short ass Tom Cruise in it.
Oh shit.
May have taken place
Rain
in
Man?
New York. May have taken place in New York City and in Jamaica. May have been about bartending and flipping bottles.
No, bartender.
Bartender.
What
Piss
song
all
is
out.
damn it? What song is that? Or what movie is that?
There's no song. It's a movie.
Shut up, Timmy. What movie is that?
Somebody please save him. Please.
That nobody has yet. It's really sad.
This is ridiculous.
Bitch, I got 2 of the songs before you got done with the first clue. You can lick my gooch.
Cocktail.
Cocktail. I was close. That bartender.
Yeah, you were close. All right.
I'm close. Well, for those of you who watch this show, you know Timmy is not good at box score trivia.
Jen hopped in
Little late.
after I said it.
Timmy's not good at box score trivia.
We'll see.
And Jen, what are you waiting for? Get a cocktail. I told you. Listen, I told you in the tweets leading up to the show. Get a drink ready. What are we doing? Make a leftover sandwich.
That was autocorrect. She literally just typed, "I need a cock," and then it just filled out tail.
Okay. So Timmy, not good at sports trivia. Right now, it is Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 39 to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 39.
because I write tallies. So it's 7 tallies of 5 and then an extra 4. So 39. You have 21.
I can do it.
Here we go.
18 in 3 categories. I can get it. That's 6 a category.
Let's go ahead and do this first.
But today, I'm the greatest of all time.
Running and wild. Like running with a great left.
Here it is. H. Pressure with 3. Winston's going to run the ball. Makes a guy miss. Comes down there. Gets over the second rafter. Off the floor. Nothing but net. Through the window. Off the wall. Nothing but net. You like that? You like that? I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Stop it! Stop doing stuff. God. All right. So here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. You
Yes,
need to
Jen.
score.
That was Ricky Henderson.
That was
He's
Ricky
the greatest of all time.
He is the greatest of all time. He's also Nolan Ryan's 5,000 strikeout.
And
So also high all the time. So you need 19 points to come back and beat Dave this month of Box Score Trivia. And people are going to say, Dave's not here. Is that fair? Yes, he's not here. Forfeiture.
should have been here.
Should have been playing here. So, by the way, hell of a suplex by Mike Rotunda just now. We're going to do 1988 Major League Baseball leaders.
Chris Sabo.
Because we just did football. You keep saying dumb shit like that and disqualify you. I'm going to give you 4 categories. So you have 4. You have to get 5 right.
40. I can totally do this.
5 right per category. You win the month
Okay.
of Box Score Trivia. Here we go. 1988 Major League leaders, starting with batting average. How many of the top 10 can you give me?
Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn, 5th with 313.
Donnie Baseball.
Donnie Baseball, 9th, 311. Evansville,
Boggs.
Indiana legend, Don Mattingly. Wade Boggs led the league, 366. Boston Red Sox legend.
88. Let's see here.
You've got 3.
Pedro
more.
Guerrero.
2 more, you're on average. Pedro Guerrero, no.
Dale Murphy.
Dale Murphy, no.
Mark Grace.
Mark Grace, no.
What?
There is a Cub first baseman on here. It's before Grace.
Oh, God. I don't know who. It's not Andre Dawson. He played in right field.
You did.
Uh,
Also, the only player in Major League history win the MVP on the last place team.
Andres Galarraga.
No. Remember, at any time you can ask for teams.
I'm thinking here.
If Rucker was here right now, he'd be losing his shit. He'd be throwing out all kinds of names.
Terry Pendleton.
Terry Pendleton. No.
Willie McGee.
No.
Damn it. All right, give me teams.
All right. Your Chicago Cubs, the Detroit Tigers, 2 Minnesota Twins.
Lou Whitaker.
No. The Milwaukee Brewers.
2 Minnesota. Gary Gaetti.
No.
Fat ass Kirby Puckett.
Kirby Puckett second, 356. Gary Gaetti. Woo. Milwaukee.
Robin Yount.
Nope.
What's the other guy? Paul. What's his name? Paul. I can't think of. I can see his dumb white ass.
Paul Burchell.
Nope. We already said Tony Gwynn. Paul
Boston.
Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor, 6'3", How many more you think you can give me?
Give me teams. I'll knock them down.
I already did. The Cubs.
Oh, that was all of them?
Yes, the Cubs, 2 Yankees. Oh, no, wait, you got Mattingly. So 1 Yankee, a Tiger, another Twin, and a Red Sox.
Ooh, Red Sox. I didn't hear that. Other than Wade Boggs?
Other than Wade Boggs.
Barry Bonds he played for none of those teams.
No, way to be a dick about it.
How many do I have?
You have 4.
Oh, I need one more at least.
You have, because you always accuse me of cheating, you have Wade Boggs, Kirby Puckett, Tony Gwynn, Paul Molitor. Oh, you have 5. You have Don Mattingly. So, yeah.
All right. 5. Move on next category.
All right.
That closed out.
Here's the ones you missed. Number 10 of the Chicago Cubs, Rafael Palmeiro, 307. Steroids. Absolutely. 8th of the Detroit Tigers, Alan Trammell, 311.
Ah, that would have made sense.
7th, Kent Herbeck of the Minnesota Twins, 312. 4th of the New York Yankees, a former show topic, Dave Winfield, 322. And at 3rd of the Boston Red Sox, Mike Greenwell, 325.
Rookie of the year that year, I think.
I believe you're right. Well, no, 88. That would have been the 3rd A. So wasn't that Canseco?
Steinbach. Or Walt Weiss? No, Weiss was 90.
But they won 3 in a row between Steinbach, Canseco, and
then it'd have been Steinbach.
Okay. Home runs. Speaking of the Bash Brothers, I should just never mind. So
I was gonna Canseco, McGuire.
That's 2. Yes, they are number 1 and number 4.
Darryl Strawberry,
42 and 32. Darryl Strawberry, 2nd, 39.
Eric the Red.
No Reds.
Terrible. Andre Dawson. I don't know what that means. Oh, Canseco follows her.
No Dawson.
Kirby Puckett.
No, there is a twin on this list.
Kent Herbeck.
Nope. You said him. You said him before.
What? I don't remember. What
I was hoping for that. I don't remember. Damn it. Now I don't remember.
Chuck Knobloch. No, it's not Chuck
Absolutely not. Chuck Knobloch.
Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla. No.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. No. Not really a home run guy until he got to San Francisco.
Cecil Fielder.
No.
Damn. Dave Winfield?
Dave Winfield. No.
All right, give me teams.
The Yankees, the Mets, the Cleveland Indians, Minnesota,
Joe
Baltimore.
Carter.
Joe Carter, 10th, 27. I'm actually impressed you got Joe Carter. I think a lot of people forget he played for Cleveland. And actually, we did a story. Wasn't he the only player for 3 years consecutive give 30 home runs and 100 RBI on 3 different teams?
Pretty sure.
San Diego, then Cleveland, then Toronto. Where are we at? Minnesota, Baltimore, San Francisco, Montreal, Houston, Toronto.
Glenn Davis.
Glenn Davis, 5th of the Houston Astros with 30. By the way, update, Timmy, it is right now 31-39.
Still got 2 categories to go.
You're catching up.
Let's see here. What is the twin I said earlier? It was a great name.
It's seriously my favorite thing that you cannot remember his name.
Gary Gaetti.
Gary Gaetti, tied for 8th, 28. Let's see. We've had this Baltimore Orioles, a former show topic.
Cal Ripken?
No, I believe the Expo's a former show topic. If he hasn't been, he should be on a future show.
Gary Carter.
Gary Carter. Excellent guess, but no.
Not Delano DeShields.
Don't worry about the Mets. You ain't gonna get it. I would never get it.
Howard Johnson?
It's not Howard Johnson.
Oh, that's terrible.
The Expos, he is a first baseman.
Larry Walker.
Was a right fielder.
No, he was a first baseman.
No.
Anyway, how many of those do I have?
Let's
have
see.
5?
Canseco, Strawberry, McGuire, Glenn Davis, Gaetti, Joe Carter. That makes 6.
Okay, let's move to the next then.
Here we go. Here's the rest of your top 10. At number 10, Jack Clark of the New York Yankees had 27.
Jack Clark should have been a Cardinal.
The New York Mets, Kevin McReynolds with 27. No idea who that is.
Kevin Mitchell.
8th of the Baltimore Orioles, Eddie Murray, 28.
Fat ass. Eddie
Thank
Murray.
you. The original fat ass Eddie Murray. 6th of the Montreal Expos, Andres Galarraga with 29. Tied.
I had him for average.
Tied with Will Clark of the San Francisco Giants with 29. 3rd of the Toronto Blue Jays, Fred McGriff, the crime dog, 34.
See, Dave should have been here.
Dave shouldn't have been the homer in there.
Shouldn't have been hiding.
Shouldn't have been having family at your house. Here we go. 2 more categories. We're moving to pitching. It's going to get a little bit tougher, Timmy. Going to pitching. Wins leaders.
Oral Hershiser.
88. We just had a near fall here in the Steiner Rotunda match. Tied for 2nd with 23. Oral Hershiser.
Greg Maddox with the Cubs.
No. Oh.
Ooh.
Greg Maddox tied for 8th. 18. Look at you go.
You're welcome. Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart, 4th with 21. It is amazing to me how much he dominated the 80s and then just fell off the planet in the 90s.
What about stat compiler Nolan Ryan? Was he on there?
No.
Yeah, see? That's what happens.
Yeah, in his 20, what did we say? His 22nd season here, you douche.
Was this the Jim Abbott year? Jim Abbott
year. We former show topic Jim Abbott. No.
Jack McDowell.
Black Jack McDowell. No.
Any Reds on this?
There are 2 Reds on this list.
2 Reds.
2
Jack
Reds.
Armstrong.
No.
Danny Jackson. Danny Jackson's on
Tied
there.
2nd with 23.
Jose Rijo? Was he there
Nope.
yet?
Nope.
Let's see. Tom Browning.
Tom Browning tied for 8th with 18.
That was the year he pitched the perfect game.
Great.
So what's the score now?
Right now, well, I don't think you should be worried about that. You should just be worried about scoring points. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 37, 39.
Okay, give me teams.
It's unbelievable. Dave's going to burn our collective houses down when he finds out this happened, right? The Mets, the Indians.
Dwight Gooden.
Dwight Gooden, the 8th with 18, tied for 8th. 5-way tie there.
Ooh.
2 Red Sox.
Roger Clemens.
Tied for 8th with 18. You are now tied. One more and you're the winner.
And we don't even got to go to another category.
San Francisco Giants, or we're still going to. Another Met.
Kirk Reeder.
No. Another Met, a Royal.
Ron Darling.
And a Minnesota Twin. No.
Frank Viola.
Led the league 24. We have a new leader in the clubhouse. Timmy C. Let's see what the people think here. Oh, never mind. We don't have a. Oh, here we go.
Hooray!
New leader. It only took Dave not showing up for an episode.
I murdered him.
Did you? Because you're only up by 1 as of right now.
We got another category. Let's go.
So are you done with wins?
Yes.
All right. Here's the rest of your top 10. Tied for 8th with Clemens, Browning, Gooden, and Maddox is Bruce Hurst of the Boston Red Sox, and Greg Swindell from Cleveland. 1, 2, 3. Rick Steiner, your new television champion after botched interference from Kevin Sullivan. My God, the people
The crowd loved that.
are going banana.
Then he stuck a Sharpie in their ass.
Rick Steiner, deceptively huge, and then he probably yelled some derogatory things at a woman. That's what he does. So, 7th, Rick Ruschel, the San Francisco Giants, 19.
Rick Russell.
It's Ruschel.
It's Russell.
Bitch, you ain't gonna win this one. Tied for 5th, David Cohn and Mark Gubiza with 20. And you got all the top 4. Very impressive. Very well done. You know what the last category is?
John Franco.
It is going to be saves, if I can find it. Here it is. Saves John Franco, 3rd of the Cincinnati Reds.
Dennis
with 39.
Eckersley.
Dennis Eckersley led the league, 45.
Lee Smith.
Lee Smith. Wait, is this it just says Smith. Lee Smith, 9th, 29. Bonus point if you can tell me what team he was on.
Let's see, in 88, he wasn't a Cardinal anymore. Blue Jays. I don't know.
Boston Red Sox was the correct answer.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
Randy Myers.
No.
Bobby Thigpen.
I was just going to say, there's a guy on this list you always say, and it's never been correct. This time it is. Tied for 5th with 34, Bobby Thigpen.
I think I'm good. I think
All
I'm
right,
lead over
here's
Dave
the rest of your top 10. Mark Davis of the San Diego Padres and Steve Bedrosian of the Philadelphia Phillies. One of the great names in baseball history. Dan Plesac of the Brewers had 30. Todd Worrell of the St. Louis Cardinals had 32.
Todd Worrell. God damn it.
Jim Gott had 34. Mustachio S. aficionado Doug Jones of the Cleveland Indians had 37. Jeff Reardon of Minnesota had 42.
Good one.
And that has
There's
been
Oliver
Box Score
Humperdinck.
Trivia. So we got Bam Bam Bigelow coming out here with Oliver Humperdinck getting ready to take on Barry Windham.
Keep talking. I'm going to take an adult timeout.
That means he's going to piss for the NWA U.S. title. The last match, which by the way went 18 minutes. Very happy WCW would later institute a 10-minute time limit for the TV title matches. That match went 18 minutes. Rick Steiner, of course, gets the win. Wins the championship from Mike Rotunda in a match I got 3.5 stars. This match, NWA USA title, U.S. title, Barry Windham and Bam Bam with Oliver Humperdinck here in 88. Bam Bam, when you go back and look at his run, of course, he just left the WWF here, not too much before this match happened. He seemed like a guy with his size, the way he can move, that really, I mean, he's Vader before Vader. And you think he really could have done some damage here in the NWA and Jim Crockett before, maybe more than the WWF, and he just never did. Bam Bam to me is one of the great conversations of wrestling what ifs. Like, I can't name you the one thing he was missing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I do know once he went back to the WWF in the mid-90s and, they gave him a stupid jacket and he had the cannons that he was shooting flames out of. It killed him. Thank you, William. That was actually, so the video of that's going to be coming out tomorrow, and I edit those, and I called us idiots and said we confused me with the Time to Kill with Mississippi Burning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for correcting us. We need that. We do. Otherwise, we'll just run out of control. And you don't want that. People have seen us out of control in Alabama and Schaumburg and St. Louis and Nashville. It's nothing anybody wants is us.
We enter hour 47 of the Jerry Lewis telethon.
I mean, it's only been an hour and 26 minutes, 54, 55, 56. Most of our shows go longer than that anyway. So I really,
By the way,
I
TJ,
really know
someone
why
just
you're
called
bitching.
you out, and you're welcome.
See, you weren't here because you have a gerbil bladder. You and me and Mr. Thornbrew there were having a conversation where I say in the next video I edited and called us all idiots for doing that.
You didn't call me an idiot because I hadn't seen either of those damn movies. So
Because you're uncultured swine.
correct.
Yes, I think he deserves to die, and I hope he burns in hell. Still one of the great lines of all time.
Did you call out Jen for forgetting a number in her age? Said she was 1 in 88. She meant to put a 6 in front of that or behind that. She was 16 in 88.
He just called you 61 years old in 88, which today, that would make you 96. I don't think you're going to take that laying down. And if that is
I
true,
said 16.
if that's true, you look phenomenal in your profile picture. I need to know your skin regiment. So here we go, Timmy. The last match I was telling the people, Steiner and Rotunda got
22 and a half stars.
3.5. Went 18 minutes. And I also said I was, pleased at the end of, or WCW eventually put the $10 time or $10-minute time limit. Should have been.
They also put that when Bill Watts came into
10-minute time limit on the TV title matches, which was needed because, this one went 18. This one went for the NWA US title. Wyndham and Bam Bam here. And I was saying, too, while you were taking a piss, like always, that Bam
I got
Bam...
empty bottles now.
Just piss under the desk. You'll be a pro, would you?
No, I'm going to put a show on. I'm going to piss on top of the desk.
On top of your desk, that would get sticky after a while. To me, Bam Bam is like the biggest, or one of the biggest, like what are we missing here? Because to me, here in 88, so he had just left the WWF here. Here in 88, I mean, again, like I told the listeners a minute ago, he is Vader before Vader. Here, just 2 years before. Not even a year and a half.
Better. He was better.
And for whatever reason, he never hits, and I don't know why. Well,
I'm gonna guess backstage stuff.
He didn't have the promo. Harley Race he's got Humperdinck now. Vader had Harley Race, so clearly that can be remedied.
Yeah. Well, Humperdinck wasn't a good promo either.
No, Humperdinck's terrible. We've actually watched him before on the show. I cannot pinpoint you why Bam Bam didn't hit. I don't know. And actually, I would say to a degree with the fans, he did hit. It was just, the upper management of both companies, be it WCW, WWF, just maybe your opinion's right. Maybe it was backstage stuff. Clearly, at some level, they didn't have confidence in him because he had everything.
Well, he never gets super out of shape. Like, until his death, he didn't get super out of shape.
He looked the same his entire career.
He got a little thicker in the ECW years, but I mean, this dude was literally like 26, 27 here, if that.
My Instagram feed is effing up, so hopefully that's still working right now. Let's look that up. Let's look it up how old Bam Bam is here.
He was not old. He was young.
Bam Bam. Well, he debuted in when did Paul Heyman trot him out at Club 54? Was that 83?
Yeah, but he was like 12 there, so
he was 27 here at this show.
Yeah.
Also, I am legitimately happy to know that Mr. Thornbrew is one of our listeners because he corrected us on Mississippi Burning and Time to Kill. So that's cool. Thank you for listening to the show.
Oliver Humperdinck looks like an asshole here.
It's so great to me that he is so obviously a poor man's Lou Albano. Like, and God bless him, he's not even trying to hide it. He's like, I'm gonna wear shitty tracksuits, and I mean the only thing he's missing is a rubber band hanging off his cheek, and he'd be Lou Albano. This match here in '88, Bam Bam against Barry Windham, should be ridiculous. I might lose me a few times during this just mad because I'm watching it. I've always been a big Bam Bam fan. And Tommy Young is the referee. Goodness. Hey, Casio Kid there in the front row. That's weird.
Which one?
Well, when they show him again, I'll point him out.
Matt Cassio?
Matt Cassio.
I'm glad Dave was like, I'm gonna pop in literally for like 8 minutes. I'm gonna show you my closet.
I'm gonna show you my closet, and then I'm out. He did a Cribs episode from his house, and then he bailed back out.
It was the worst Cribs episode.
Look at my closet. That's it. That's all I really can see.
Look at the ceiling in my closet. It's fabulous.
Yeah, this match should be off the chain, and I bet you it does not match the star rating it has. We'll get into that when the match is
2.5.
It's
2.5.
It's not far from that, which is stupid. If you don't count JYD and Ivan Koloff, this is the lowest rated match of the night so far.
2.25.
This one.
2.25.
Stupid.
Barry Windham look a little chubby here too.
I was just going to say the opposite. I think Barry looks great here.
Nah, he's looking chubby.
He's clearly been in the tanning bed, which may be why he explains a little bit chubby.
Jen, you should tune in.
Wow.
Tan.
You really want to get shit mailed to your house for the second time, I can see.
As long as they don't put it up for sale, I'm good.
That's a story. That's a story these guys will hear one day.
Guess what? We got like an hour and a half now, and
it's not a very long story.
We have no extra material. So,
as a joke, Mike Cole put up Timmy's house for sale without Timmy knowing it a couple years ago. So it
was terrible. Friday night, 10 p.m.
That's the story.
My phone rang off the hook for like 3 straight days.
People are going right now. I can do that. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, because someone's gonna show up at your house and kick your ass.
Yeah, and if we find out, there is that. Oh boy, it is such an interesting right there. See, rest over JJ Dillon's shoulder. Oh, they panned away already, but just over
MJF sitting in the crowd with a Burberry scarf.
Just over JJ Dillon's shoulder when they show the right camera angle is Casio Kid and his wonderful sideburns. He's just out of frame here. Anyway, so what we're talking about? I don't remember. Oh, so the whole reason why we picked this show, Starrcade 88, is because this is the first Starrcade that was not on Thanksgiving night. They had been traditionally before this, beginning in 83 with Flair and Harley Race, and then 84 with was Flair and Dusty, I believe. And so I was really hoping it was going to be 87 because I wanted to watch the Midnight Express against the Road Warriors in the Night of the Skywalkers. That's really what I wanted to watch. But it's this one. It's 88. And this one, for so far, has been a very good show. But for those who don't know, the reason why this show was moved forcefully from Thanksgiving to Christmas, Timmy, remind the people when the first Survivor Series was.
Starrcade 1987.
What?
Starrcade 1987.
Was the first Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, yeah, you're right. But why was... Okay. I was confused. You're right. So it was Survivor Series 87.
They ran it in 87.
Right.
And it bombed because Vince said, if you don't do that, you're not getting WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
what
they
I was
moved it.
What I was going to add to that was Vince announced it late. Is what I was going to add to that. Starrcade had been an established by then show. It's going in its 5th year. And Thanksgiving night, traditionally over most wrestling territories beforehand, had been a very successful night, right? The 2 nights you
it was still big in the territory area.
Right.
I mean, you would get huge turnouts.
Right. The 2 nights you looked forward to was Thanksgiving night and Christmas Day, or Christmas night were the 2 nights you wanted to wrestle. So, I mean, Starrcade wasn't horribly hurt here by moving to Christmas, but it wasn't Thanksgiving. And as Jim Cornette would say, wrestling fans are creatures of habit. Their show that they've watched every year, made a tradition out of Starrcade, has now been moved. Survivor Series is now in its place. And yes, Survivor Series said, or Vince McMahon said, either air Survivor Series or you won't get WrestleMania. So they had
Which,
Starrcade
by
had
the
to
way,
move.
the WrestleMania beforehand was WrestleMania 3 with Hogan and Andre.
Yes. So
Negative 4 stars.
There's that. Negative 4 stars. Ugh. And then also the year after this, the NWA was gonna run Bunkhouse Stampede, and WWF or counter programmed that with the Royal Rumble
On
USA
free
Network,
television.
on USA Network.
Well, to be fair, though, they were just counter programming what NWA, WCW, whatever, had done the year before when they did Clash of the Champions 1 on the night of WrestleMania 4.
No, that was you're right.
Yeah.
That was 88. And then
Yes, I know.
shut up. And also, see, this is why competition's good, and AEW needs to get their shit together because of that Clash of the Champions show. Ric Flair made this guy named Sting that night at that show. Who?
And then he went to AEW to flush his career down the toilet.
Well, that's certainly your opinion, and it's correct.
I know.
I will choose to. I would rather remember his TNA run.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'd rather remember him jobbing to Triple H at WrestleMania 31.
That was so bad. That's like one of those things you're just like, why? Why did that happen? There's no explanation for that.
Triple H didn't put anyone over.
Well, there's this long-standing theory that Triple H always had to go over the WCW guys, which by the time he wrestled Sting, it's like there's no way that's still a thing.
By the way, Triple H was a WCW guy.
There is that terrorizing. Oh no, he was John Paul Levesque in WCW, but
pretty sure he started out as terrorizing.
He did. That was his independent name.
No, in WCW he started
Did he?
out. Yeah.
Did he? He's probably a job guy with that name though.
He's no Barry Horowitz.
He's not. By the way, I was just reminded, as you know, I tell you and Dave this. I don't really know why, but we talk about everything. I've gone back and started listening to the Something to Wrestle from the beginning, and I'm up to episode 277, and we just covered Survivor Series. Shit, when was it? 95 or 96? Barry Horowitz was on the Survivor Series team.
Yep, that was when he had made his only run.
And people forgot that Barry Horowitz actually almost had a Intercontinental title match against Jeff Jarrett until he got choked out by Bob Backlund, and Bob Backlund took his place. That's, by the way, I've watched some of those old shows from 93, 94, 95, and 96. I watched Raws and all the pay-per-views in order. Insane Bob Backlund. Underrated heel. Bob Backlund nuts is phenomenal. Because Backlund was never a strong promo. So now you just got him yelling and screaming, quoting the dictionary, yelling plebeian. His promos are everywhere. They make no sense. Their sentences just doing this.
So it's like the Ultimate Warrior.
And it was great because he was nuts. So it didn't matter. And you just have Vince behind him holding the mic like.
Then he ran for Congress.
And then he choked out a cameraman. And that was the first time I ever saw Vince McMahon get physically involved with anything. Was Backlund choked out a magazine writer in the ring to demonstrate the chicken wing, and then Vince tried to pry him off, but did not succeed. But I will say, oddly enough, if you go back and watch that show, I cannot remember which one it was off the top of my head, but when Vince gets involved physically, the crowd pops for him. It's kind of nuts to go back and watch. Barry Windham here with the Iron Claw. How apropos right now on old Bam Bam.
Is Barry Windham the shitty Ric Flair?
I mean, here he probably would have made an okay Ric Flair. I mean, he's just much taller than Flair. But Timmy, since it's a topic of conversation right now, worst finisher, Iron Claw or the Hurt Punch?
I'm gonna go sharpshooter.
What?
Well, because Bret Hart put it on, so.
And you don't like Bret Hart, but that doesn't make
it
doesn't make it a valid argument.
The Kirby Puckett home run. How about that?
I'll see you tomorrow night. So you're going to say, really, Puckett's Now I have a whole nother hatred. How is any walk-off World Series home run less than?
It's fat ass Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, several-time All-Star and MLB Hall of Famer.
Yeah, fat ass.
What is his ass fat? Because he's holding all them trophies in? I don't understand your
No,
argument.
his ass is fat because he's got a fat ass. What do you?
I don't get you sometimes. I don't get you.
Because he drinks a lot of chocolate milk. I don't know.
Because you made fun of him. And then you validated his achievements. And then went back to, no, because he's a fat ass. That's why.
That's why. I mean, he doesn't suck like Bret Hart.
I mean, what? He only won 5 WWF titles. Who did he ever beat?
All right, you cannot. Don't throw titles in my face in a fake sport.
I just did. I'll do it again.
Terrible.
Why?
Look, he won 5 titles because he bitched a lot. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure he started bitching after he won it at 9, and then Hulk Hogan ended up taking it anyway.
Which is worse.
And then Hogan never gave him his rematch, which is tremendous. He was like, hey, I'm going to drop the belt to Yoko instead, and I'm going to go to Europe, and I'm going to dip out. I'm going to make a shitty made-for-TV movie.
Or 12.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait.
But he already made a blockbuster.
Wait, was that
Bard?
That might have been Trouble in Paradise he went to go leave for, maybe. I don't. Well, no, it was a Mr. Nanny. I don't remember. So many shitty things he did in that span.
And now he's a Christian.
He was baptized.
He has found Jesus.
Good for him. So who was he wearing that cross for all these years? Buddha?
Heather Clem?
Heather Clem. You know what? Well done. That was good. That was good.
He uncrossed her legs. I'm pretty sure.
So here we are with Jim Ross and maybe Lance Russell out of Brazil.
Maybe Lance Russell. I'm Jim Ross here with maybe Lance Russell.
We should probably look that up. I'm going to look that up. See who this other announcer. I think it is Lance Russell.
It's
Starrcade
not.
88.
It
Actually,
sure
I know it's not. I know it's not. Lance Russell was the guy from Atlanta. I'm gonna feel so dumb.
He's the guy from Memphis.
I'm gonna feel so dumb when I see this.
Tony
guy.
Schiavone's gonna whip your ass.
Really?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Where are the
Is it Bob Caudle?
Bob Caudle. That's his name. Really, they're gonna correct me that I'm confused. Mississippi Birmingham and Time to Kill. They're gonna let me call Bob Caudle Lance Russell for 2 fucking hours. Good job, guys. Ugh.
We're in hour 27.
By the way, 10,000 people at the show. Oh, there's Magnum TA and old Rick Steiner.
Rick Schneider.
I almost called him Rick Schneider.
It'd be better if it were John Schneider. And tell him about how they're going to jump the General Lee later.
By the way, John Schneider said some rather batshit things recently. Are you just surprised by that? Because I'm not.
What? John Schneider got batshit crazy?
Yeah.
Please tell me. Fill
And
me
you know
in.
what? You know what's great is when I saw his picture online.
Why are they? Hold on. Can we look at this interview? Like they're totally trying to frame Steiner out and put Magnum in the middle.
Is I don't know. Let me see if I can. I mean, we're allowed so many seconds. Let me see.
Just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm.
Oh, I did it.
Well, coming up here in the future.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll beat him.
that'd be great.
I'll beat him. I'll beat him.
Oh, I left him home in a cage. He didn't want to cut airline. Them airlines. They won't let him fly because he's a pit bull. And
Oh, Pan
I
Am.
don't know.
Oh, Pan Am Airlines.
Regardless of whether it's
They would let him fly. They'd be like, "Hey, we're going to take you to
to be
England."
standing here beside you,
Thank
and
you.
I hope you are very successful at defending this title.
Thank you very much. Let me shake your hand.
All right, let's go back to more action at ringside right now.
The next time I go to a wrestling convention and somebody signs me an autograph while they're holding the pin or taking a picture, I'm going to shake his hand like that. Let me shake your hand.
Just grab it.
So back to star ratings here. That match, Rick Steiner and Mike Rotundo got
Should have been better. Should have been like a 3.5.
18-minute match, 3.5 stars. Barry Bam Bam for the NWA US title got 3 3/4. So up next for the NWA Tag Team Champions.
It's
Dusty
Sting!
Rhodes and Sting against Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors. 2 matches to go, but yet we still have an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, that's wonderful.
Dusty looking svelte here, and
Svelte.
And by
Wearing his-
svelte, I mixed those letters up, and I meant fat.
None of those, except for the T in svelte, none of those words are in the word fat. But Dusty Rhodes wearing his finest basketball jersey here. Look at these two.
The Road Warriors look like $1 million fucking dollars, and they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to. All right, Sting looks good, but one of these things is not like the other, and it's Dusty Rhodes. Or what are we doing here?
But Dusty Rhodes, one could argue Sting would catch up eventually, but he has more charisma than the other three, I would say.
One could argue he's eaten a Christmas ham already.
Was this on? Well, this was the day after Christmas. We're actually watching this on the 35-year anniversary of the show.
So he's just bloated. My bad.
He's Dusty Rhodes, bro.
I don't care.
The audience cared, you dick. By the way, I'm trying to see. I was trying to see what the buy rate for this show would have been.
7.
7 people.
No, like a 7.0.
Oh, I don't think you understand how buy rate numbers work, because that's like 3.5 million people.
Well, in 80, yeah, I could see that in 88.
WrestleMania was doing like 650 here.
Oh, that's terrible.
650,000.
I was one of the 650. And
so what was? It's funny that you mentioned that. What is the first WrestleMania you remember watching live?
WrestleMania 4 this year.
Mine was 9. That was the first one I watched live. A terrible one. Thank you, Ben. I hope you had a great Christmas. Ben Jones, thank you. I can't find a buy rate here, which is disappointing.
They didn't have one.
Well, I was just going to say maybe they went on pay-per-view. I know they were.
Yeah, they were definitely on pay-per-view.
Because, at the time, they would still sneak in.
By the way, Ben Jones, they have a Christmas in Australia?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you not watch NORAD every year?
All right. Santa Claus flies over China and he ain't dropping shit in China.
You don't know that. There's good boys and girls in China.
Yeah, but they don't allow Santa because they shoot him.
Well, I know they definitely don't allow Winnie the Pooh.
Correct.
Oh, Pooh Bear not allowed in China. Actually, we just got thrown off of YouTube for saying that. So there is a dark match on this show. It's after the show. There's a 17-man, $50,000 bunkhouse battle royal.
That sounds fun. Why was that on the shit? Why was that on the dark?
And it took 20 minutes.
Okay, maybe.
I'm trying to see because I only see 2 competitors.
Sting got a nice ass here.
Great ass on old Sting here. So I do know JYD won that match by last eliminating Abdullah the Butcher.
Did he electrocute him?
It doesn't say that.
That'd be less than then, because I seen him electrocuted.
I enjoy the 17-man battle royals.
They had a small roster. What are you talking about?
By the way, if you're just joining us like Ben Jones and you got Starrcade 88 pulled up, you're going to watch it with us. We are at 151, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sting and Dusty against the Road Warriors with Tommy Young as the referee.
No Barbarian?
This is not yet. I mean, this has been a good show. I will say this has been a good show. By the way, we said we have at the time 1 hour and 5 minutes with 2 matches to go. This match only goes 11:20.
Flair just putting on his flairness.
31 minutes. It's the only match that went longer than 18. And it's at 31 minutes for Flair and Luger.
But I got to do a lot of flip-flopping flying.
Ooh, I bet you're going to see at least 2 of each Flair spot. And again, I we just recently watched Smoky Mountain, and we saw that chode, that complete Chad, nature boy Bailey Rydell that we called him on that show. But
Bailey Rydell.
And he did every Flair spot in that show, and we're like, it's cool that he thinks that the spots are why Flair got over, and not the guy that was doing it, not him.
Oh, Dusty looks like me after Thanksgiving dinner.
You know what though? As I'm sitting here watching this, and knowing the story and how Dusty started off as a heel in a tag team with Dick Murdoch, and then got over in Florida and turned on Gary Hart's Devastation Incorporation and became the American Dream. I would have loved to have been a wrestling fan in the 80s, like as at my age now, just to really appreciate how over Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair were in a non-WWF world. Because that's a wrestling world of the WWF is really all I've known, because where I grew up in Indiana. And I know they still would have been there, but I would have been watching WTBS and in the South, which I know was everywhere, and USA Network wasn't necessarily everywhere until 85, 86. I wonder how old Sting was here, because what is he, 62 now? 63?
He was pretty young here. He'd have been mid to late 20s.
28, 20, 27, 28, somewhere in there?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Same age as Dennis Condrey.
Dennis Condrey, 23 years old here at this show. This got his driver's license.
Look like he was 82.
Smoked a pack of Camels just before his match started. Again, I love that they're saying that he's from
Venice Beach,
California.
Same as Hulk Hogan.
Again, why couldn't you say, just for the sake of argument, why couldn't you say someone that looks like Sting with the personality of Sting, all those other things? Like, nothing says he's from Venice Beach. Why couldn't you just say he was from wherever he was from?
Daytona Beach.
Because then you could have thought anyone could grow up to be Sting. If you're telling,
that's not the story you want to tell back then, though.
Well, I was
they
just
were
say
than life superstars.
Well, at the time, NWA, Jim Crockett's not aimed at kids. I just had to remind myself. The WWF was.
Sting was aimed at kids. Sting was aimed at kids.
Sting might have been the beginning of the transition, but they weren't there yet. I mean, we literally started the show with Dusty Rhodes getting a spike shoved in his eye.
You think kids don't like that?
I mean, not without crying.
Hmm.
Where is Sting from? You think he's from Iowa or something? Well, no,
somewhere Midwest.
His son played football at Iowa. No, not the singer Sting. I don't care about him.
I want to go to Iowa.
The university?
No, just the state.
Well, at University of Iowa, not a good place to be a wrestler, because there no one gets over.
Also, not a good place to be an offensive football player, because no one scores.
That was the joke. No one gets over. No one gets the over. Thank you.
I always take the Iowa under.
You should. So he's 64.
So that would make him.
So he was 29 here at the show.
Yeah. Kind of old. How old was Dusty here?
He was Omaha, Nebraska. I actually wasn't far. Is where Sting is from. Dusty Rhodes. How old is those Dusty?
38.
He had been in the business for a while. He broke in the 60s. Let's see. Okay, let's do. Let me see if I can find what year he broke in. He broke in 67. So this is his 22nd year in the business.
So I'm gonna guess he broke in at 21. All right, maybe 41.
We'll set the over/under at 41 and a half. How's that?
I'm gonna say under.
43.
Ooh.
Was his age here. And you got to remember, too, I mean, Dusty makes a run here in the WWF not terribly long after this show. Was there until essentially Rumble 91. And that's pretty much the end of Dusty's in-ring career. So he would have been 46 around that time. And
AJ Styles is like 50 now.
In the words of Conrad Thompson, that's the age of AJ Styles right now.
I think he's older than that. I think AJ Styles is like 47 now.
Here we go. Let's look that up. AJ Styles. Jack to the gills. No way he's not on the, no way he's not on the gas. He is 46.
Well, that's the thing is when you go away, you can get on the gas because they don't test you. That's why Randy Orton and AJ Styles came back and looked like monsters.
But again, it's a minor point. I don't mean to keep doing this to AEW, but
all right. Here's the thing, though, and everyone's gonna bitch about steroids. Steroids are not performance enhancing for wrestling.
No, not really.
They're an aesthetic.
Yeah. I mean, let's
I
say
I would love to get on steroids because God knows I need them.
Have you seen us? Not good.
Well, particularly after all this bullshit.
I'd love my beard to have a six pack, but that's a very distinct difference between AEW and again, I don't mean to keep doing this, but you have two guys come back from long-standing injuries in AJ Styles and Randy Orton. They are jacked to the gills right now. They look like $1 million. They're tan, killing it. Adam Cole comes back before he got hurt again and looked awful. Awful. And I'm not saying go on the gas and, when you leave, you weigh 180. When you come back, weigh 250.
I'm
well, what I mean is to the excess, right? To Hercules Hernandez levels.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do that. But
AJ and Randy they're phenomenal.
If you go on the shelf and you weigh 170, 180, aim to come back 200, 205.
Yeah.
And tan.
Because that's how you win championships.
Tan. That's especially how you win the WCW world title.
In 97 it was.
Because no pale asshole ever won the WCW world title. Except for Dusty. Well, actually, no, Dusty's pretty tan here too.
Especially that little spot on his stomach.
I
don't even know what that ever was. But
now I'm gonna sit. It's just a birthmark, I think. But now I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna think about did a pale guy ever win the WCW world title? I mean, would you call Vader pale?
Ron Simmons?
He's definitely not pale.
Vader would be paler. Muda?
Again, definitely not pale. Oh, good. Instagram cancels your stream after 1 hour. That's cool.
There we go. Here it goes.
Oh, live video ended. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to get that started back because I noticed right as we stopped, Rucker jumped in. And we mentioned Hulk Hogan's name, so you know what that brought up. Rucker, not a fan. Starrcade.
I think Rucker loves Hulk Hogan.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've talked to him about it in person.
Rucker said, "Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Brother. Let's see if I can get this shit going again.
Another hour.
I know how to do it now, so there's that.
Sting putting on a clinic here.
Oh, it won't let me do it again. Those sons of bitches.
They're wrestling in like a 12x12 ring here, just so you know.
Those
He's going to show Bret Hart how to do the Scorpion Deathlock. Bret Hart thief.
I can't tell you how excited I am that they, I have read articles. They say you should actually aim to do Instagram Live. And, you do all that, and they're like, oh, P.S., we don't do it longer than an hour. What?
Dusty taking a cheap shot?
Bitch, I've got shit to say. A little kick to the nuts. We've got to cover. Who is that man? Oh, that's, what's his face?
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering, we've got a disqualification. Did he hit him with a phone? Why does everyone have a phone?
I think he hit him with the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, it is. It is the newspaper. It is not a phone. You're right. Rucker, if you're still on Instagram Live, why don't you go ahead and come back to us? We want to talk to you. Rhodes and Sting are your winners by disqualification.
No titles.
they get
Why?
2 and 3/4
Quit slapping
stars.
his ass.
2 3/4 stars is what this match got. David Kyle in the comments on Instagram.
Sting looked like $1 million. Dusty looking like 1,000,000 Cheetos.
You didn't even just like I didn't even say David Kyle in the chat on Instagram.
Maybe he should join, I don't know, the stream.
Here we are back with Mustachio. Let's see if we can cue this back up here.
Dream Dusty Rhodes and Sting showed that there's a flaw in their armor, and they had them down. Let's take a look at that in instant replay right now.
Okay, we literally just watched that, so we'll minimize that for right now. You know we're gonna get a Flair promo before he comes out, so we'll have to listen to that.
Or 7.
I bet the Luger promo is gonna be captivating. Not his strong suit here in '88. Yeah, he's gonna do and look at himself flexing his pecs in the camera back at him. Tremendous. So this has been a fun show so far. We're at 2 hours and 3 minutes, 14, 15, 16. Only 49 minutes to go, Timmy. I'm so glad
He again here soon.
I'm so glad you and I are here, and Dave just gets to do whatever he wants at his house. That's great. That's really cool that he gets to do that. You know, just meander through his closets.
Meander through his closets.
By the way, Dave, if you're still watching, we did Box Score Trivia. You weren't here. Timmy
You
caught
lost!
up. Timmy caught up. He won 41.39 for the month. So you're gonna have to do better next month, buddy. Just gonna have to do better next month. Also, I won, 2 out of 3 in Timmy's Trivioki, so I got that going for me too.
But you couldn't figure out what they had to do with it.
Then I didn't know the theme. No.
Nobody could. Terrible.
What was the theme? Cocktail.
Cocktail.
That was the theme. Bob Cottle and JR back with us.
We're not. Oh, I thought it's
Ric Flair, the total champion. Lex Luger was that sign. Tremendous. A lot of thought there. Well, Timmy's going to pee. Oh, what an old woman that man is. I have to pee all the time. I have the bladder of an 87-year-old woman. There's the sign I just referenced. Ron Howard there in the crowd. That's cool. Celebrities here for the NWA show. We got Matt Cassio. There's old Fran Drescher from The Nanny. Lex Luger's going to kick some booty. Here he comes in red tights. The total package, Lex Luger, just kicked out of the Four Horsemen. That's the babyface turn. Some say may have been a little too soon, but they had to do it because, again, Flair was running out of guys here. Babyface is here in late '88. He already done Dusty like 4 times. I think he would go back to it one more time. And we've done Ronnie Garvin. We've done Jimmy Garvin. We've done Barry Windham a handful of times. Like, we're running out of people. So Luger turned babyface, kind of in a rush. Now we got Flair and Luger. Actually, 87 was Nikita Koloff. And again, this is why we keep saying this, and we can't tell you how much of an impact. Magnum TA getting hurt just stifles the NWA. He was going to be their guy. He was going to be the babyface champion the heels were chasing rather than the other way. And since that didn't happen, you got a lot of Ric Flair. Flair never got to go away for a while until Sting eventually takes over. Then the Black Scorpion horse shit happens because of it. That he ended up being Ric Flair instead of Al Perez or whoever it was supposed to be. There he is.
Good
Timmy.
robe.
Solid robe, the mustard green peacock robe. What would you call it?
Green?
Like wasabi green? What would you call that?
I was gonna say, what kind of mustard are you eating?
I didn't want to say
Green.
mustard. I just said it. I wanted to say wasabi originally. I just said mustard. I don't really know why.
It's like almost a peacock robe.
It is a peacock robe. It's got a peacock on the back.
Yeah.
With yellow boots. I bet she's got green trunks on.
Guaranteed.
I don't know if I ever saw Ric Flair wearing yellow trunks because then it would be what's that guy from Oregon?
He's wore green trunks or yellow trunks. I've seen it.
What was that? Where was that guy from Oregon? Billy Jack Haynes.
Yeah.
That is also now insane in his older age, which is cool.
Lex looking like $1.5 million.
Looking great here. Looking great. Then you got Flair and old JJ Dillon. You know, one of these days on Patreon, I'm going to have to put up the interview I had with JJ Dillon from 2013. It was good. It was a good one. We went 3.5 hours and we made it to 89. Like, I wanted to ask him what it was like to be in the front office for WWF when, you know, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and all these guys are coming into the forefront, kind of pushing the big man's territory out the window. And we never got there. Now, to be completely transparent, JJ, great guy, great interview, great storyteller.
Or too good a storyteller.
He will talk your ear off if you let him. And also, I didn't have enough confidence at the time as an interview. That's why it was 10 years ago.
Zabisco also similar.
Yes. I didn't have enough confidence back then as an interviewer with JJ to jump in and redirect it. I just let him go, which don't do that. If you're an interviewer, you will get terrible interviews. Like, don't be rude about it, you know? But at some point, like, if you ask a question and they talk about 3 different things and never answer the question, you have to jump back and say, well, okay, well, that's great, but what about redirect them once? And if they go out of the way to not answer it a second time, just abort, move on to the next question. Because clearly they don't want to talk about it.
How many stairs a day do you think Ric Flair was walking on a stair stepper?
Probably easier to dictate that on miles.
Yeah. Killing it.
Which
Ric
is crazy.
Flair.
Like, I kind of want to try doing the stair stepper just to see like what the benefit is over doing, you know, an exercise bike or train.
Well, your ass will look great. That's one of them.
Ric Flair has a great ass. I'll give him that.
But I think Ric Flair's biggest thing was like he looked good, but Ric Flair was literally drinking the bar every night. So you're not gonna look like Lex when you're drinking the bar every night.
You know what's funny is,
trust me, I know.
What's funny is, according to some stories that have come out recently, Flair did. I mean, of course, Flair lived the gimmick, right? He had to go to the hotels after the hotel bars after the shows and hang out with the boys and you know, get the girls and everything else. But there's been some stories recently coming out. Ric Flair, not the drinker he made himself out to be.
His body says otherwise.
I mean, he would do some ghost shots where he was.
What? Yes, but when you're only drinking 15 out of 20.
Well, I mean, again,
you're still doing damage.
Probably, you know, some of that's out of necessity, so he doesn't, I don't know, die every night. But
yeah, and you got to keep that, you know, thing going up, and it's hard to do that. No
Loaded.
blue pills in the 80s. So
loaded, but there was cocaine.
I don't think that helps your pee-pee.
No.
Ricky Henderson, get in touch with us. Does cocaine help your pee-pee?
Or strawberry? Not good. Was it Keith Hernandez? There's Lenny Dykstra.
The 86 Mets, get with us.
I mean, we could do cocaine, meth, and the whole gamut with Dykstra. Does any of that stuff help your dick? That's what we really need to know. No, I don't care about you playing for the Phillies. I need to know about your Johnson. Let's talk about that.
Randy Johnson?
Did it fall off by now? Lex Luger's another guy in the Bigelow boat. I can't tell you what he's missing. And granted, you know, Luger to me was always an NWA guy, WCW guy, and he won the title 4 times.
You know what Luger's thing was that kept him out?
The fingers in the promos.
It was this. This is what caused it.
But my thing is, my question is, in his WWF run, because he was over and he never won. There's Luthez, and he never won a single title in the WWF. Do you think his run kind of flopped strictly because of SummerSlam 90 what was that, 94? Do you think it was just because
definitely
of that?
was a big part of it. Definitely. Big part.
No, it was 93. SummerSlam 93.
Yeah, 90. No, it's 94. Because he went to WCW 95.
No. It was 93 because WrestleMania 10 would have been 94, and that was Lex, Yoko, Brett, and they'd already lost faith in Lex by then.
10 would have been 95.
Because of SummerSlam 93. SummerSlam 93 was main evented by Lex and Yoko. Because he body slammed Yoko on the USS Intrepid July 4th, 1993.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he is the finish of SummerSlam 93 enough to just derail Luger? Which, by the way, is not his fault. They booked that shit. But was that enough with the audience to just... Because I don't think it is. I think the finish sucked, but I think the audience was still kind of into it. I think WWF lost their confidence in him for whatever reason.
Once again, I think we're going back to behind the scenes shit.
Well, you've heard that Lex wasn't into the whole Lex Express thing, but then again, find me someone who would be. Especially that, he had his own bus. A camper bus in 93 is not what it is now.
Hulk Hogan would have been into it.
Boy, would he?
Yes.
I don't know that.
Hulk Hogan would have sold it.
Yes, that I will grant you. I don't know if he would have, because we wanted him to live on it every day and everything. I don't know if I would have done that. Every day, the whole day. I don't know if I want to do that.
The whole day. You just ride on a bus.
We're gonna make you champion for a year and a half. Boy, that's a tough sell. I don't know if
Rosa Parks.
Ooh, we didn't specify what seat. So far, this is all Lex here, just showing his strength.
Hey, look, the press slam spot.
His absurd body.
Over tilted Rick, terrible. I don't know how Rick slept with all those women. He's not an attractive guy.
We got to remember. Well, he's probably got a man hammer according to all the stories. But you get what's crazy to think about too is a year and a half before this, Lex Luger is playing for the Memphis Showboats.
Say a year and a half before this?
Yeah, year and a half, 2 years. That's how Jerry Lawler found him.
88?
Yeah, that's how Jerry Lawler found him. He's playing for the Memphis Showboats.
Not in 88.
No, I said a year and a half or 2 years before this.
Ric Flair was wrestling in 73.
Lex Luger.
Oh, we're talking about Ric Flair.
Yeah, you're talking about how handsome he is, and I changed the topic.
I said unhandsome, but by the way.
But yeah, he's playing a year and a half, 2 years before this. Luger's playing for the Memphis Showboats. And now he's main eventing Starrcade 88 with Ric Flair. So if for people Luger may not have performed that well, of course he didn't. Luger ain't no Kurt Angle. It never was. Never was going to try to be. But he ain't looking bad in this match so far. I'll give him that.
Well, that's because of Flair.
But if you're just joining us, by the way, we're at 2:15, 51, 52, 53, 54.
Still not there.
Starrcade 88. We're down to 37 minutes, Tim. Well, 36. Timmy, we're getting there.
Sweet Christ.
Rucker's back in the IG chat with Bumwine Bob and David Kyle.
Hey, why didn't David Kyle join us in the real chat?
Or, just come back. I mean, to be fair, Dave did tell us he wasn't going to be here 2 weeks ago. Well, there's a chop, there's a punch. Luger's punches were awful. I'll have to say that.
As well as his wrestling.
But see, there's a key difference, and I really think Luger's second stint in WCW proved it. There's a difference between wrestling and working. And I don't think Luger's work was that terrible. His wrestling was trash, but I don't think his work was that bad. He sold okay for a big guy. He sold all right. He fired up pretty good. Had a pretty good comeback.
If he had a better promo, he'd have been money.
Oh, yeah. He bumped well. Luger did bump well.
Tiny calves. That was his problem.
Sure. Yeah. That body is like, God, but you look at your legs, son. Your legs are.
He skipped a lot of leg days.
Yeah, I see your 13 pack, but have you seen your calves?
Correct. What Flair used to talk about, that's how he got him off his game, was he would tell him tiny calves.
I think he might have just snuck one in there. If you notice, he had his hand like this. Flair definitely talking to Luger the entire time.
Walk me around this ring.
But you know what's funny is I only know that now because I'm a douche and can't just appreciate things. I have to know everything about it. So I only know that because of how much I know about wrestling now. If I was watching this like I was 3 when this happened, but if I was like 12 watching this in the moment, I would have known that's what was happening. Just amazing, like
I was like 12.
Especially nowadays with social media, just amazes you like how much that just ruins it. Well, for example, there are already people allegedly leaking the card for Royal Rumble next month. Why? Why are you
To be
doing
fair,
that?
most of them just making shit up. So,
Well, I get that. But I mean, they so far as to they have who's going to be in the Royal Rumble matches listed. Why? Stop it. Let us enjoy shit. Hey, do you guys want to hear from my source? I don't care about your source. I give 2 shits.
I used to like reading the source. Talking
Reading
about
the
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I wouldn't have followed you on that one. I wouldn't have got it. Luger firing up. This is the first fire up because there's still
17 more to go.
33 minutes left in this show. Again, this match went a half hour.
We should give like some credence to the fact that Flair drug Lex Luger for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. That is nothing short of a miracle. That's right. I wonder where they are for the show. They're at the Norfolk Scope. We saw that at the beginning. Match I've been to, or a venue I've been to.
I know.
Beautiful building.
Year old man.
It's a beautiful building.
Put some dude in the torture rack. End of his set.
That I would have loved that to no end. I would have been the guy that he did it to. I would have volunteered.
No, you wouldn't have. He couldn't lift you. It'd be like Brad Williams.
But then I would fall and I'd get way more money out of it. So he would drop me and just go, Jesus Christ. And just walk off the stage.
Lewis Black giving Brad Williams torture rack.
I don't know if he could do that at this age.
What? But I'm betting he could have back in 2006.
Probably.
That's 17 years ago now. Jesus Christ.
Been in his early 60s.
Of course, Brad Williams would have only been like 21. So
it's true. Everyone knows when he was 21, he was like 6'2".
I don't think so.
No, that's not true. That's not right. That's what I was told. That's what my sources told me.
Is he on the Jericho cruise this year?
I have no idea.
I feel so bad for him if he is.
I haven't even looked. Because we're not going, so I don't care.
Somebody send us the list of the Jericho cruise so we can.
I mean, we can look it up.
Tell all of them how bad of a time they're going to have.
We can look it up. I mean, you know what sucks too is that the comedians, all of them that were there last year were all good.
Yeah.
There wasn't a bad one. Here we go. January 20. Oh, it's in January. Ugh.
Yeah. It's Royal Rumble weekend.
What are we
Seems
doing?
like a horrible idea.
Let's see. Guest of honors, Paul White. Your guest host is Santino. Is Santino.
From a decade ago?
Yes. Your guest cruise director is CJ Perry.
I like her.
Hot and flexible. Almost had her finger amputated. And then director of laps, Brad Williams. Special guests.
Brad is there.
Bully Ray, Devon, Jim Ross, Jerry Lynn, Ultimo Dragon, Matt Cardona, Gangrel, Marcus Bagwell. Really? You're bringing Buff Bagwell on the chef? What? Well, Rucker's in the Instagram chat. I'm sure I'm going to see some shit pop up there in a minute. Steph DeLander, the Mountie, Jacques Rougeau, Bushwhacker Luke, Giselle Shaw, Speedball Bailey, Missy Hyatt, Danielle Moinet,
Missy Hyatt.
and
Someone getting sued.
Michael Oku, I don't know who that is, and Dave LaGreca. Let's see your music. Holy shit, Timmy. Some of these band names. Fozzy, the obvious one, right?
Yeah.
The Georgia Thunderbolts. Trickster. Bullet Boys. Guardians of the Jukebox. You ready for this? This is my favorite one. The Foos Fighters.
Good play on words.
The Foos Fighters is a band name.
Foosball Fighters.
Fem Hayland is the next one. Quarantine, spelled with a K. That's clever.
Well, that's Jericho's other band.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah, he has two bands.
It should be. James Durbin and the Lost Boys, Les Carlson, The Nocturnal Affair, Dave Spivak Project, Amongst the Giants, Brian Fox, and the Good Chiggins.
Okay.
That's your music. Let me see. What were we
That
looking
sounds
for?
fucking terrible.
What were we? Also, a perk you may not know about on the cruise the cruise ship. You don't get off the boat at any time until it's time to leave. More than the weekend.
Well, that was just that one.
That was just ours. Okay,
they will
great.
actually get off. Hopefully, the Dave Spivak project will get left wherever they're going.
You know what's funny is they're showing all these pictures from the cruise. I don't remember any of these pictures being taken, but it could be from a different one, I guess.
Where are there pictures of us there?
No. What was
Us and the comedians in the hot tub?
Oh, well, comedians. That's what we're looking up. So we hung out with the comedians in the hot tub 2 nights in a row, and you're asking yourselves, how'd you do that? Because we're not weird. That's how.
Yeah.
And
people like hot tubs.
Lineup?
Is Kate Quigley there?
I don't know. Director of Last, Brad Williams. He's there. That was not a cruise. That was a Royal Rumble in St. Louis. Timmy slept in the hallway.
Nope, that was in Nashville. That was SummerSlam.
Was it in Nashville?
Yep. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
Because I had to take like the $187 cab ride after Angel had taken the $187 cab ride where she threw up out of the cab.
Oh, that's right. It was the Roast of Flair.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, why did your Uber that was $27 cost $150?" Well, if you throw up and leave a tip, it costs $150.
They don't list the comedy. Here we go. There's 2 people listed.
Who?
Eleanor Kerrigan.
Nancy's daughter?
Sure. And the other one, Johnny Locasto or Loquasto, one or the other.
Poor Brad Williams.
Live podcast. I'm so glad we're not.
Please don't.
I'm
They're all terrible.
There's only 2. Busted Open, which is just Dave
cool.
LaGreca, apparently. Well, the Dudleys are there.
Yeah.
The Paranormal 60 with Dave Schrader. Real sorry, I'm going to miss that one.
Yeah.
I don't want to be negative, and if you're going to that show, I hope you have as much fun as you possibly can. Okay, please enjoy yourself.
I'm going to tell you, avoid one of our ex-co-hosts.
Not Dave, but I mean, listen,
Dave's not an ex. What? Did you just fire Dave?
I didn't, but it is fun. I mean, we had a riot, but it was more because of us, and it wasn't again.
Yeah, it was way more because of us that, like, you could have put us on a ship going nowhere.
Because we literally never got off the ship. We did a lap around the Bahamas and went back. But people like, really? You didn't off the ship? No, it stormed the night we were supposed to port. We never got off the ship. But it is fun. But Timmy, just for the sake of conversation, just you and I. We're not trying to dog anyone who's going on the cruise this year. Please have fun. This has got to be the last year, right?
It seems to be getting worse every year. Like that shit peaked at number 2. Because I went on 3, and then I went on 4 with you guys.
Yeah.
And
again, 4 was fun, but even at 4, it didn't seem like
the wrestling experience for 3 was better than 4.
I don't other than them having the matches on the deck, I don't remember anything. Like the whole day, you're kind of like, just go do whatever.
I couldn't tell you what any of the matches were.
I remember Matt.
The only thing I remember is us going to the signings where Dave was cutting line, cussing people, and almost fought a bartender. And then where we were sitting in the hot tub with
I
the
almost
comedian.
fought him too. I almost fought him too.
I don't know who got here first.
Hey, my room card's back there. I don't have time to look for your room card. I can physically see it. It's right there. My name's on it. I don't have the time. Look how many people are. There's 8 people at the bar. Guy was killing me. And the one, remember, we tipped the one bartender the first day. As soon as we walked on the boat, he came running out from like another room. He's like, hold on, TJ, I got you. I got you, buddy. Oh, we got a superplex here coming up. Another flare bump. I think we kind of underestimate the superplex.
That guy's wearing the whole MJF scarf as a shirt. That's fabulous. I need some Burberry stuff.
I mean, we all do.
Dave likes to fight. That's the problem. Well, Dave likes to party, but Dave likes to fight.
Here's the difference. And I really experienced on the cruise ship, right? Because we're on a cruise ship, and really the only 3 people we know is each other. So you can kind of just be yourselves because we know we're not going to be judged by the other people in the room, meaning us 3. Timmy and Dave can both tell you honestly, it takes me a while to get going, but once I get going, I can drink all damn day. Like as long as I'm up moving, I'm in the sun, I'm doing something. All day, I ain't got a problem. You're not going to see me get drunk. You're not nothing. I'm not going to get sloppy. I'm just going to drink steadily all day. Vodka and pineapple juice. Just
no, it was Dave that got drunk.
Timmy, when the sun goes down and we want to do karaoke, it gets real annoying, and I have to yell at him.
No, I get quiet.
That is not what happens. That is not what happens.
I stopped talking. You tried to. You were like, hey, you should talk to her. And I'm like,
that was the first night. So the third night, we're in there and you were yelling at everyone who sang karaoke.
I think I was trying to fight.
And I looked at you and I said, unless you're going to sing, shut your stupid face.
I tried. They
and
wouldn't let me.
And then Dave, you're going to have to specify. I don't know what that means.
He's so healthy.
Just me drinking? Just me drinking all day? I don't know what that means. And then Dave will also drink all day and won't really show you signs of like falling off the path. I mean, he really didn't even at night.
To be fair, on the way back to the room the first night, he totally showed signs of falling off the path because he couldn't follow one. He was just bumping walls all the way back.
Yeah. And what's funny is to this day, I've heard that story about them bouncing off the walls in the cruise ship. I don't remember it.
Not them. It was Dave.
Dave.
Ding,
I'm sure
ding,
you were
ding,
too.
Ding.
But no one can recall where I was during this story. I just disappeared.
It happens.
So I mean, that's fun. Who knows where I was?
I mean, there was no chance we weren't going to have fun. It's just Chris Jericho and AEW. They didn't have a lot to do with that fun.
No.
I give Brad Williams a lot of credit.
I do. The comedians were excellent.
Give Kate Quigley a lot of credit. I give well, she didn't have a name. I gave the girl whose titty fell out on the pool deck.
I don't know her name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Girl literally had a tit out for 30 minutes.
And when someone told her, like, hey,
We got
titties
pissed.
out.
We're like, what are you doing?
She could not have given less of a shit. She just literally stood up and went, popped that shit back in and went about her day. But yeah, I mean, we were in the hot tub or in the pool because the pool was right next to it. We were in there literally from the time we got out of breakfast until the sun went down, and after that even. Because there's literally a bar on 10 feet of you on each side. So why would we move? And you know, I mean, again, I had a riot. It's what you make out of it. I will tell you, a lot of people I saw, a lot of wrestling fans on the cruise ship I saw, wore the same shit every day.
Nerds. Yes.
Every day.
Lots of nerds.
One guy was wearing, he had green hair, and he wore a furry onesie of Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He wore that shit every single day on a cruise ship. He never took it off one day. The whole week he wore it. Gross. I bet you
not the cleanest people.
I bet you that cruise ship did not have to restock on soap and shampoo afterwards. We're good on that. But it was fun. By the
way,
and the food
we need to
great,
have we need to have a cruise where it's like us. And then we take a bunch of these guys and
so we're going to take a pontoon boat.
So no wrestling involved, just us all going out and getting hammered and
on like Lake of the Ozarks. That's pretty central.
No, it only works if you go somewhere tropical.
On a pontoon boat.
No, not on a pontoon boat.
What else can we
We're not going to
afford?
buy a whole damn cruise ship, but we get like 20 cabins or whatever.
We'll take one of those ships they haul garbage in over there. A barge.
Leave Jen alone.
What? You said it. I didn't.
You said it.
I wasn't the
scallywag.
That wasn't the. I called her a scallywag. I will say, we did the Sweet Lives in St. Louis and Nashville, which unfortunately you and I have to miss this year. In Tampa, one time we go and it's warm. Well, actually, not to say Nashville was cold, but it was July. Those are always a riot. Last year we did the suite and the bus. We didn't have to do it in St. Louis because we didn't realize till we got there that the TWA Dome was literally across the street from the hotel we were staying in. And Nashville.
Did you say the TWA Dome?
Whatever the hell it's called now.
Where the fuck are you?
St. Louis.
It's the Dome of America at St. Louis.
By
the way, it's never been the TWA Dome. Not in St. Louis. It was
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. Edward Jones Dome is what it was.
We got a figure 4 here. Although we know it's not the finish.
Another 28 minutes.
This is a great question. How come I leave and come back to Timmy who's talking shit? Called you a scallywag, Jen.
No, I did not. You did.
No, you did.
You said she was trash.
The words, I didn't say that either. The word scallywag didn't enter my head for the last 20 years of my life until you said it just now.
Well, I mean, it's a good word.
It's a solid word. But to sit here and say I'm calling people scallywags is blasphemous. I'm not doing that.
Look at his fuck. I want to be Lex Luger in 1988.
His ribs have muscles.
Jesus Christ.
Also, his sweat is so glistening.
He's sweating baby oil. That's weird.
It's like he's made out of wax. There you go, Timmy.
It's really too bad he killed a woman.
Well, something to look forward to.
Why is she going to kill me?
Because you called her a scallywag.
Well, she is a scallywag.
Dang. This is what she's going to do. She's telling me the whole plot.
All right. To be fair, someone did that this week, and it didn't wind up good for them.
Somebody threw fries at you?
Yep.
You can't not tell us that.
I had him arrested.
For assault?
Yeah.
How much salt was on the fries?
It's assault.
A whole salt.
It's a salt with potatoes and grease.
No, and people don't realize this, but you know, I used to manage a Burger King back in the day before I became
Poorly.
an electrician. No, I have my Burger King was the shit, and
My Burger King was the shit.
I had a guy threaten me over the phone because he ordered like $38. But Tim, you know these orders. It was all sandwiches. None of them were meals. It was just an assortment of sandwiches, and he got pissed because I left one out. And this is when Burger King had the fried burger, which was a horrible idea. My dad
The
loved
what?
it. Oh, I get my whole food pyramid in one sandwich. So it was a hamburger that had lettuce, tomato, mayo, and French fries on it.
Gross. That's just disgusting.
And he got pissed because that got left out. His other 19 were included. But I forgot that when I said that's no problem. I said, let me put you in the book. You come back anytime you want, and we'll get it to you. Well, that was for my lunch tomorrow. I'm on the phone going,
So
okay.
what? You want me to deliver it to your lunch?
Okay.
Where are you eating it?
I said, you can come back tomorrow or whenever you want and come get it. And, we'll get this fixed for you. And he goes, I ordered food for my family for dinner, and then I had extras for lunch. I go, I heard you the first time.
I'm not dumb.
And what was the next thing? He goes, he started getting shitty because I was not bending at his will to fix the situation. And he goes, well, how about I just come down there and I whip your ass? And I go, sir, I'm open.
Was the guy's name Roy D. Mercer? Because I think he might have been fucking with you.
I go, sir, I'm open till midnight. So if you want to come on down here. And he goes,
And how big a boy are you?
He goes, what? I said, I'm open till midnight. Dining room's open till midnight. Drive-thru's open till 1. You come on back if you want.
Depending on how you want to fight. Like, if you want to meet me here, be here by midnight.
If you
just want to fight through a car.
That shit happens regularly when you're a manager of fast food. It's crazy.
It doesn't. That's bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit?
I've literally been to the point where I would fight someone, and you know that I'm pretty laid back.
Well, I don't mean being threatened, right? But having the rage in your eyes to may possibly or not possibly commit vehicular manslaughter happens on the reg.
No. I've had like 3 times where a customer's got me on tilt. I've been put on tilt more times by an employee than a customer.
See, I've never had an employee. No, once. I had an employee on once. He came in and he cussed me out and mother effed me in front of everybody. Right when his shift started.
I had an employee at 7 a.m. in the morning that was throwing a fit on, like, right in front of me, asking. All I did was send him home, asking if I wanted to fight him, and he'd be outside, and I fired him, and then he really wanted to fight me, and I'm like, no.
Ric Flair just got the 3 count with his feet on the ropes.
What?
How about that? But we still have 12 minutes. We're good. So I this young man I used to employ. I went to the bar he was trying to become a kitchen worker at, and it was also the bar that was my last major bartending gig. It was a place called Matey's in Michigan City, Indiana. And I knew the owners. And I was going to a Cubs game and stopped there for lunch, and we got to talking. And they asked me, because they found out what my job was now. And I said, do you know so-and-so? I said, yeah, I do. He works for me in Wanata. And they were asking about him. And I told them, I had the balls to tell them what I thought about him. And I don't lie. I don't lie about people like that. Because, again, if they hire him, it ain't going to affect me. But I like to be on Carol. It's going to affect them. And I said, he becomes disinterested. I said, but if you can keep him focused, I think he'd do fine. But I go, he hasn't proven that to me yet. And he's still young. Well, he found out. And that's why he comes mother effing me in front of everybody. Are you trying to listen to audio? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I was trying to turn it off.
And he fended it off once again from the title package. Lex.
There's no way this match has ended 11 minutes before we're off the air.
I'm just going to watch Tony Schiavone talk along with you for the next 11 minutes.
I can pretend to be Tony. So he mother effed me in front of everybody at work. And I said, you need to come to my office right now. So we went in the office and I closed the door and I said, I hope you enjoyed that because that'll be the last time that ever happens. I go, now sit down and tell me my exact words. Tell me what the fuck is your problem. And he told me. He goes, you said this and you told them that. And I said, show me where I lied. Tell me which thing I lied about. And he couldn't name anything. And I said, Kyle? His name's Kyle.
Kyle!
I said, you want to show me I'm wrong? I said, prove it. Prove me wrong. I'll be more than happy to be wrong. I'm pretty sure he's like selling meth somewhere out of some hole in the wall. I don't
currently
give a shit. Yeah.
Right. Well, he may be dead. Who knows?
I don't think so. Let's go to JR and Bob Cottle here.
As he gets more seasoning. Now, we're not talking about a guy that's been in the sport for not much more than about 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
That wasn't too far up.
He had a few matches, say 4 years ago. He has not even come close to reaching his peak.
Tell you one of the big differences in Lex Luger, too. He's learned to use that strength and that power of his. Before, he tried to just depend on that, but now he doesn't do that. Jimmy's learned.
So I did mention here that there was a Bunkhouse Stampede Battle Royal for $17,000.
But what wasn't next month like the big Bunkhouse Stampede?
Bunkhouse Stampede, yes. Well, did that air?
Yeah, Dusty won it.
But that wasn't pay-per-view because that'd
have been 89. Yeah, it was.
That
January
was pay-per-view, and the
89.
Royal Rumble aired on USA Network. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. Wait, I thought Royal Rumble debuted on USA on 88.
It did. 89, it was on pay-per-view.
So the first two. Well, how was Bunk Stampede on? I thought it was the same day.
No, the first Bunkhouse Stampede was 88. That went against Royal Rumble on USA. So coming up would have been Bunkhouse Stampede 89. And I'm pretty sure that was the last one.
It was.
Also,
that I do know.
Royal Rumble.
Bunkhouse Stampede. Damn it, I keep hitting A. Stampede. 1989. It was. What? 87. It did not air in 89. The last one was January 24th, 88 in the Nassau Coliseum. There was no Bunkhouse Stampede 89. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. How are we missing this? Hold on.
Sport, the National Wrestling Alliance, and Ric Flair once again. Call it luck. Call it the grace of God. Call it the scab off the end of my chin. Whatever you want to call it, I'm standing here. I never
the skin that fell off my chin?
I played Ric Flair's way.
They had a rough shave before the match.
And here I am, and I'll tell you, and the Crockett's, and Ted Turner, and anybody else that doesn't like it, to get this, you gotta beat this.
How much is this interview segment with Flair in the locker room and JJ Dillon holding the belt? How much is this killing Magnum TA, who's the stick man for this?
A lot. Well,
again, especially because it's not like he was doing dumb shit. He was going the speed limit and wrecked his car in the rain because his car hydroplaned.
That was kind of his fault.
How?
He was driving too fast.
He was driving the speed limit.
No, he was driving too fast. He was speeding.
He was driving the speed limit.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He was driving the speed limit.
Sorry, DJ, you were there. You're right.
No, I've researched this a lot because the story fascinates me. There are the initial response, they thought he was speeding, but the post police reports suggested he was not. He just hydroplaned off the road in the middle of a turn and hit a telephone pole.
Then he should have bought better tires.
You know what? That's a fair argument. You know, maybe next time instead of getting BF Goodrich, get Michelin. You know,
get the Aqua Track.
Is that real? Did you just make that up? No,
Aqua Track is a tire.
I have to appreciate the NWA here and Jim Crockett Promotions for actually I don't know if Jim Crockett was still around for this, but Well, he was, but I don't think he was. JCP was the thing anymore. Because while they're recapping the main event and doing these interviews, you can hear the beginning of the dark match starting. The Bunkhouse Stampede Battle Royal. Yeah, there was no Bunkhouse Stampede 89. The last one was 88.
Well,
From
that's
Nassau
good.
Coliseum. From Jimmy Crockett Promotions stomping ground, Nassau Coliseum in New York. You guys are drunk. Yep. You know me. 3 whole of these. I'm just trashed. But if you want to see that real quick, I can pull this guy out.
Hey,
Jim Beam. I pulled out you weren't looking. I had a bottle of Jim Beam. You didn't.
I have eyes.
You don't know.
I've seen it. Have you seen it?
So we're 4 minutes away from this show being over. We had Dave for like 4 minutes. Oh, I didn't tell you the star rating from this match.
22.5.
Luger and Flair go 31 minutes, just short, 30:59. Flair retains dirty, feet on the ropes. 4.5 stars was the star rating. So there you go. 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars. Are you serious?
Yes. Cool.
Out of a 5-star rating system at that
4.5. This match was 9 entire stars better than Flair Hogan Andre from WrestleMania 3.
It was a 0.5 star short of Savage and Steamboat at WrestleMania 3.
And I will always remind people this as much as I can, and I'm going to do it again right now, to show you the bias of this man who makes these star ratings. The WWF, from Undertaker Shawn Michaels Hell in a Cell 97 until CM Punk John Cena Money in the Bank 2010, the WWF had exactly 0 5-star matches. What?
Yeah.
How is that possible? How is that possible?
Because they didn't give him access.
And here's what's fun too. So if you go somehow, somebody told me this. I forgot how you do it. You can actually look up how many 5-star matches each promotion's had. AEW's already just mountaintopped WWF. It's not even close. WWE has,
which is funny because they're 50 years older.
WWE has 8.
Yeah.
And then New Japan's got 70, and All Japan's got 65 or 60 or something like that. AEW's
WCW has still topped them.
They have. Well, if you count Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, yes, they do. I don't know if WCW by itself did. To my knowledge, and I know there are more, but the only 5-star match I remember, and actually now I'm not even sure thinking about it, was Eddie and Ray at Halloween Havoc 98. And now I'm not even sure if that got 5 stars. Let me look this up before we leave. Or should I look up 5-star
closing?
Should I do 5-star matches per promotion? Should I do that?
Yes, do that. And
5-star matches
that out.
per wrestling promotion. List of professional wrestling rated 5 stars or more. Will Ospreay has 32 5-star matches.
To be fair, I sang karaoke with him. He's fabulous.
That doesn't mean anything. That is fantastic. Here we go. Promotion. The WWF had none in the 80s.
None.
0.
Flair Steamboat, or I'm sorry, Savage Steamboat. Nope. Was that 4 3/4?
They had none. WCW had 5.
Flair, all of them.
Flair and Steamboat were 4 of them. The other one was Flair and Terry Funk, Clash of the Champions 9. So we go
Terry
to
Funk having a 5-star match. Okay.
We go to the 90s. To be fair, Flair and Funk was fantastic.
But based on what Meltzer looks for, Was not.
All Japan's got a ton here in the 90s. Michinoku Pro snuck in and got one on October 10th, 1996. WCW had 2. The last one was May 17th, 1992. Both of their matches were War Games matches back-to-back years. So War Games 91, War Games 92. The WWF had 4 in the 90s.
0 in the 80s, 4 in the 90s. Okay.
Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 10.
Ladder match.
Brett and Owen, SummerSlam 94. Not their WrestleMania 10 match, because according to his reasoning, that match didn't get 5 stars because Michaels and Razor did, which makes no sense.
Right.
So Brett and Owen, SummerSlam 94. Brett and Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13.
I'll agree.
And then Shawn and Undertaker, which I just said. Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Go to the 2000s. There was only 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 6, 7. 7 matches. 2 of them
total.
3 of them were from Ring of Honor.
All right, so 8 people saw
him. Punk versus Joe. Joe versus Kobashi. And then there was a 6th man. I'm not going to read all that shit. 2010s. AEW's had 2 in the 2010s. Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. And also, it should be mentioned, Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks at All Out 2019 got 5 1/4. Just for the record.
5 1/4.
So stupid. WWE in the 2010s. Oh, look at this. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But 7 of them were from NXT.
I'll agree with that because that was good shit.
So Cena versus Punk was the only main roster show that had a 5-star.
Which that match wasn't 5 stars, but the angle was 5 stars.
And then the 2020s. This I think is going to be cute. AEW in the 2020s. Oh my God, has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Scroll down. 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 5-star matches in 3 years.
Stupid.
And WWE's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of them were at NXT. 2 of them were actually Ilya Dragunov against Walter. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at the Hell in a Cell. Gunther versus Sheamus from Clash of the Castle. Kenny Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos at WrestleMania 39. Gunther versus Drew versus Sheamus, WrestleMania 39, Night 2. So Will Ospreay has 32 matches, or 32 5-star matches. The first WWE guy. Flair's got 12. The Young Bucks have 11.
Of course they do.
Walter is the highest ranked WWE guy right now. He's got 6.
Ricochet? Thought he'd be on there.
No. Barry Windham's at 5. Just everyone knows. That's that shit. Walter has the most 5-star matches in WWE history.
All right, TJ, wrap this shit up. We've been doing this for 3 hours now.
If you enjoyed this show, please follow us on Twitter at FF Podcast. Follow our Instagram at Filter Free Podcast, which we actually used tonight. Our Patreon network at Filter Free Net. As for us, you can find us all on our social media platforms at Timmy.
At Dave in the HSV.
Timmy.
On X. At Timmy C1979.
And I'm at T Stevens 91. Next week we're going to cover I don't know yet. I haven't picked a show.
But it will be there.
It'll be from January. There you go. You have a joke for the week?
Nope.
All right. See you next time.